I mean, I don't know if you look good, but you're in camera. I mean,
all right, yo,
as much as you can ask for.
You cool if I just call you H, or you can say your real name if you want, but I don't like saying people real names on podcasts.
I don't care, Hugh, H, it doesn't matter. Okay. We say our real names on the podcast.
All right, let's do it. Yo, Stake This Podcast, episode 247, I think. George, Greg, special guest in the building, Hugh, host of the 12 Hub Podcast.
How you doing?
I'm glad you're here, man. This is dope.
Appreciate it. I mean, I'm kind of new to the scene, but...
I mean, well, it's funny because you had said, like, you was in there tough for Arizona. And, hey, this is our first, excluding Skate, because Skate just like, I'm coming, I'm drove.
Yeah.
But it's our first person who was like, hey, I'm going to be in Arizona. You mind if I come through? Actually accepted the invitation that we say on the podcast.
It was crazy. When you hit me back, because I was like, this sounds weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like, coming at somebody, like, yeah, can I come through your spot?
Nah.
And then I was like, all right, I'll just do it. And you hit me back right away.
Yeah, I was just sitting in the soccer practice.
Come through. I'm just like, pull up. What are you talking about? And I was like, all right, cool. So we,
Oh, I mean, it's funny because even the
I think we had like 6 people come from New York one time. What was that one? I mean, I know who was here, but like when they brought all the other friends too.
Soul Searcher Podcast.
I think it was like 6 people.
Oh, okay, I heard that one.
And like we tell everybody locally, like if you're here, you can come. This ain't that serious. Like a lot of people think like, I don't know, like maybe one day. I got like really, really good friends.
Yeah,
like
we don't have a production team.
Yeah, like it's just us, 2 cameras and us, and I'm like, you saw how it was set up, and I have like really good friends, like I consider family, who are like super duper into sneakers. They've never been, and I'm like, yo, when you coming through? Oh, I'm doing.
And they're local?
Yeah, they right now. So, but shout out to you, man. I'm glad you came.
Thank you for having me.
That's what I like. I wasn't trying to rant that one day, but that's what I say. Like, not everybody can do this, man. I'm not trying to say like we got the greatest show in the world, but like.
So I'll give you a little story about that. It is tough. So I do a YouTube.
That's real. Talk about the podcast. Talk about the YouTube. Yeah. Shout it all out. Do thing,
so 12 Hub, just 12 Hub TV on YouTube, Instagram too. All of that. We're on TikTok now. I'm just messing around with TikTok, trying to figure that platform out. But yeah, it's been an interesting ride. I work in digital marketing, and I started a YouTube for fun, just to kind of understand the platform, just so just for pitching ads and all that stuff for clients, and it turned into a bigger thing. Like I did a couple of videos where my face wasn't in the picture, but I was looking at shoes that I liked, and then 10,000 views on my first video, and I posted one. It was like really crappy, and then that was like at the beginning or end of 2019. I can't remember.
Everyone's first video is shit. So
yeah. And then my a buddy of mine, the 12 Hub, came out of nowhere because a buddy of mine out in L.A., we both wear size 12, and he told me about sneaker reselling. He used to flip shoes on like what is it, like Macari and all those different places. Like you buy shoes and then sell them like used and all that stuff. I'm like, that's interesting. And my best friend, his son came through and saw that I had a whole bunch of LeBrons that were rare, and I used to hoop in all these. So I have some rare LeBron 10 Soldiers that ended up selling for like $300 that I've been holding. I was gonna bought them for $50 off Nike. Right. And I was just trying to hoop in them. Then I just started really getting into the reselling part of it. Like, I'm gonna flip these shoes and make it into it. That doesn't work. You're trying to you spend your own capital and trying to figure that out never does work. I guess. I mean, I just want to hear from people, but my own experience, I know you're good at it. And I flip shoes.
You just got to get lucky because I don't chase anything. I just literally only sneakers and like a raffle at locally. I
think it means you're strong at not keeping.
Yeah, not keeping stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm good.
No, I don't care about that kind of stuff. So.
I've gotten into whole
same thing with cards though too. I'm not. When I started doing card stuff, to me it's just fun to open the packs. I don't really care too much about keeping any of them.
Okay.
I mean, like there might be like Mookie Betts would be somebody who I probably would like personally collect, but other than that,
that's it. Yeah. See, I'm too. Besides Jordan.
Well, see, because here's the thing: is like the era we're in right now. You've kind of already missed on the Hall of Famers who are going to be in the Hall of Fame soon. Like if you want to try to go buy a LeBron rookie, fam, you spending thousands and thousands. So that's why
like $5 million or something recently, right?
Oh yeah. But that's the thing is like. If you trying to, even with Luka, who looks like the best young player in the NBA, is like, you still have like 12 years until he's
there's many more cards to come.
To the Hall of Fame. So it's like, what if he gets hurt? Call them cards you paid for. So I don't want to be caught in that game, and I'm already like behind on LeBron and Kobe and all that. So it's like.
Yeah, it's all those cards and sneakers. It's an interesting wave right now, but like, I just buy shoes for content now, and I go after everything. I don't care anymore because I'm very good on Nike sneakers. I buy like Yeezys and stuff. I buy like weird shoes. Like
you have everything.
Yeah, I get everything. Funny thing is, his style is like mine because I buy like those ISPA Road Warriors. I have every pair, like both pairs, and I paid resale for both. And I sold a pair for $2,000, which is crazy. We made a whole video, and I was like,
one of those sold for $2,000.
Somebody on GOAT, somebody on GOAT, the sale colorway, bought it from me for $2,000. And since then, I've seen pairs go for $800. I had to go buy another pair from Japan for like $1,000. I thought it was going to keep going up, but I saw some pairs on StockX go for like $800 recently. But I mean, I ended up after all the ones I sold them, they end up like paying $200 for, the one I have now. That's my first pair I paid on.
I think a lot of people on YouTube do that stuff though, because I know I see, like, granted, the people that have a big following make a lot of money monetizing YouTube, not only from YouTube but also from other, sponsors, advertisers, or whatever. But I mean, I don't think none of them cats, unless they're getting plugged by Jordan Brand or Nike or whatever, I don't think they're getting retail. Like, I mean, they might have a buddy they can text and be like, yo, can you do whatever? But unless you're talking about like a mayor or a whatever,
they get it for free.
I don't think,
or whatever. Yeah.
Unless you're talking about somebody at that level, I don't think you're just getting everything for free. Yeah. So all those cats are using sneakers too, and they're not winning everything. So they have to be going into the aftermarket to buy a lot of that stuff. I mean, it can't be like the easiest financial situation for YouTube in general.
To be honest with you, since I started this, I'm about $50,000 deep in shoes. This is over a year. Just buying shoes. And like I was telling him about my fitted hat thing, since last spring when y'all had an episode.
That's light for you.
Yeah. I spent about $2,000 on fitted hats since last spring. And I haven't even taken the pins or tags off of half of these hats.
Most of these hats.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can sell those pins. If you got Hat Club exclusive pins and you want to keep the hat, just sell the pin for $30 and it makes the hat $20.
Yeah, which true. I've been thinking about doing. I'm thinking about like all the hats I
sold all the pins.
Sell the exclusive pins to pay for the hats. Because the hats are so out of control now, I just started putting them inside the hamper. I took the clothes out the hamper and just started stacking them in the hamper. I have nowhere to put anything.
I got those Hat Club bags.
You should try to sell it. Why'd you try to sell it?
Well, I put some in there now. The bag is too clunky. It's hard, but like I stuffed a bunch of towels in. I saw this guy on YouTube like explain how to do it. He stuffed a bunch of towels in it, zipped it up, left it overnight. He overstuffed it, and then it made it perfect. Then you can put your hats in there, stack them in there perfect. Because at first, like when you first get it, I feel like you shoving hats in there, and I don't want to mess up the shape of the hat. And that's why I put in the thread, like, yo, anybody want this? I said it to Rico. And then I was like, you know what? Let me watch a video on how to do this. And he put a bunch of towels, overpacked it, like stretched it out. Yeah, so that worked out well. But how did I get started with the podcast, man?
How? A few weeks ago. The YouTube is really where it started. Right. I've been wanting to do a podcast. I've experimented with it for years, like since 2017. Multiple friends jumping on, but it's more so like you got to find the right personalities, the right content to do, and all that. Since I'm really into the sneakers right now, at least, I was just like a buddy of mine that I talked to from college, Glenn. He's my co-host. Him and I were just talking on Instagram all the time about stuff, and he started getting like lightly reselling stuff so he could fund his little sneaker habit. So he's really into it now. So he buys a lot of J's, and we have two different perspectives, and that's what kind of is making us work right now. Is that I kind of talk about things that are different in the sneaker world. Like I'm totally, and I don't know, I'm racist against people who are who are into fake shoes, UAs and all that. Yeah. Not people who pitch it on YouTube and stuff. And I don't know if you watch these guys. It's entertaining. And I think it's funny because I really think they work for the UA manufacturers. Like how do you get these crazy, like these perfect UA sneakers and tell people to buy them? Doesn't even make sense.
I don't think I've seen. I mean, that's probably because
there's one dude. I'm not gonna say his name,
content lately, but I don't think I've seen any of those. Like people just pitch only UA stuff.
There's a couple. I talk to some of them on a regular basis. Like that message, like they love the podcast. A lot of them.
And I'm sure people who've lied about it before love the podcast. Listen, and people who said they hate us in public love us in private. I'm sure.
And like there's a lot of UAs that are perfect.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy who shout out to him. He lives in China. And he's always sending me videos and stuff like that. He's always sending me videos. And he makes his own stuff. Like he literally makes them. He made, I think he was making the Bear Grateful Dead dunks. He was making some of those. Oh, wow. Making different colors, like whatever. But
so I don't buy UAs, but I guess my issue is us sitting here in the States, unless someone is admitting it, all the stuff's completely fake. I personally am not going to shoot someone down because I don't know if they got the same exact materials that Nike uses. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's no way for me to know. But at the same time, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
Like we debated buying, what you call it? lightning bolts.
Oh, what's his name? The guy.
Kai head.
Oh, Kai's.
So yeah.
We debated buying those, and I mean, I don't look at that as like a direct UA because he's not trying to say it's a Nike per se. He's trying to make his own thing that looks like, we know it's based on a Jordan.
I mean, side collect, all of them do it. The big high fashion brands do it too.
I mean, absolutely.
Louis Vuitton, they have like,
look at what
Jordan 1s, you know.
I mean, look at what what's Off-White Man. Look at what Virgil's doing at
I was just in their store. I was looking at this stuff. It looks
the one shoe looks like a Jordan 3, and the other shoe looks like
he got shoes that look like
a Jordan 1 low.
Yeah.
So. See, you know, my
and that shoe was actually fire on foot. Like I saw somebody in Vegas wearing the one that looked like a Jordan 1 low. Fire, but I would never pay $1,000 or whatever it is.
See,
for that.
The thing with like a lot of those is that like I don't feel like Virgil and all these cats, they act a certain way about it. Like Kai, and look, man, I know somebody gonna send it to Kai because me and him, I know somebody will. I don't like the way Kai acts with what he makes. Like he's like, yo, I'm taking over the game. I'm like, this is a Jordan 1. Like you can't. No, Jordan 1s took over the game. Like, you just made something similar and, like, you know, made it easier for people to have something similar of it. Like, you can't... I mean, he's making a lot of money. Like, kudos to him and his movement and whatever he's doing. Shout out to him. I mean, he has a New Era deal now. He has a deal with all the black historical colleges now. He's doing stuff, you know, outside of the actual sneaker. You know, and he was like, yo, I got the first HBCU sneaker. And it's a Kai Jordan 1 with the HBCU logo on it. Like, what are you doing? It's like putting the lightning bolt to call it fragment. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so that's my thing. It's more of like, hey, I'm just doing my thing, cool. But like when you start like, y'all taking over the sneaker game, man, like you can't. Like you will never be a part of the like sneaker culture to me. You will be.
I mean, if he makes his own design,
you'll be a part of the culture. But you'll be a segment of the culture. Like, you're not a...
He'll have to make his own design.
He's going to have to.
And no one...
Soon.
Listen, it will be 3,000 years before someone besides Nike takes over the sneaker game. Let's just be honest. I don't care if you come up with the most fire design of all time and sell 3 bazillion pairs. It's going to take you thousands of years.
It will never happen. It can't happen.
Well, we don't... I mean,
unless
outside
Nike
of watching a man eat his own head, we've seen a lot of stuff. So, I mean... Anything is possible, happen. But we're not gonna be alive. It'll be like I said, like 1,000 years.
I mean, it's equivalent to like
if someone makes like a flying shoe or like some kind of something that's fire, but also has like futuristic stuff. I could see somebody taking over Nike, but like I said, it'll be like it's not gonna be in our lifetime. It's gonna be 500 years.
They can't.
At some point, people will forget about Michael Jordan the same way people have forgotten about like. You know, Babe Ruth or whatever. You know what I mean? Like once people pass on and I mean, no one's forgotten. Everyone knows who Babe Ruth is, but no one, his name's on in people's mouths like Michael Jordan is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it depends on what era.
Yeah, but like brand new, like a brand new brand could never. Like these cats,
I think so.
No.
Depends on how far Nike takes or if they shift gear.
We just don't know. I mean,
I'll be honest with you.
It's not easy to predict stuff like that.
I'm surprised at how good and long Tesla has lasted. Like I kind of thought that was
really?
Yeah, when they first came around, I thought it was like
I think people originally didn't know how big of a buffoon he is because he is an actual fool. I mean, you've seen what he's been doing lately with Dogecoin and all that stuff. Everything tanked after he like tried to promote it or whatever. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, maybe it made him personal wealth, but I think he made a mistake, and maybe he actually believes it. I have no idea. But he went super, super political, not necessarily going like in Trump's corner, but going in the corner of like wearing tinfoil hat. Like, you can't be a conspiracy person when you have a serious brand. I'm sorry, you just can't.
You can.
No, he doesn't care, though. He got so much money, it doesn't even matter.
See, no, you're right. But what I'm saying is nothing mainstream has ever been, like, based on conspiracy. That's why Dogecoin and all that stuff is tanking while he's trying to, like, build it up.
Yeah, but see, the thing is I think that's what makes him attractive, is that, like, he's
but not to the mainstream, though. He's he's a small slice of pie in terms of people who like him. People like Tesla cars because the technology is good.
You're right. You're talking about like directly liking him. You're 100% right. But like the cars and like
his next thing may not be as good as Tesla. That's we don't know. Tesla's engineers could have been the most fire engineers of all time. Like we have no idea. Maybe he doesn't get those employees no more because he's a nut job. Like we don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just saying like you can't. No one was ever successful at being like tinfoil hat man. You have to, at least in terms of broad scale, you have to be like not conservative, but you know what I mean? You got to be vanilla to succeed on, like, Tinker Hatfield is vanilla. You know what I mean? Like, no one, his designs were cool and, like, fashion forward or forward thinking or whatever you want to say, but, like, he's not out here saying outlandish stuff.
No, I mean not even Phil Knight. I mean,
you think that hurts the brand? I don't think it hurts his brand.
An old white man.
Because I own a Tesla, and I kind of like, I've been researching it for years. I'm in the tech sector, so I know like all these dudes had Teslas back in 2010 and 11 and 12. Yeah. And when
the technology is fire. Don't get me wrong.
The car is amazing, but you know, I'm never going backwards on that. And plus the fact, I mean, the only thing that, his personality, because he took away like 10% of my part of like my portfolio right now with all our crypto. But because my crypto went crazy.
That's one thing I will 10% never
wiped out overnight.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing that
but
I'll just always be negative about crypto because I just don't believe in.
Oh, it's the future. No, but there's it may be. How much cash you got on you right now?
It may be
probably about 350.
Cash?
Yeah.
Balling. What about you?
0. I don't carry any cash.
You like me then? I mean, so what's the difference between
a credit card has existed for 100 years?
Yeah, imagine if you cut out the middlemen and the transactions and all that stuff. That's what the cryptos do essentially. It's not really. You can still have fiat currency.
How many people are? You're right, but how many people are passing on the 3% or whatever? Not many. I mean, the vendor has to pay the 3%.
Well, there's many. When payments get processed, I'm not as
in business it's different. Yeah, but I'm saying like as a personal consumer, inflation is not related to the percentage that American Express or Visa is charging the business. Sure. It's related to all the vendors from the very top down. That's another thing. This is like a tangent that I don't necessarily want to get in because it's
a big debate
the
about
things that people believe in terms of like inflation. When people believe like Reaganomics and stuff like that. I want to like pop my own head like a pimple because the people who think the people at the
very top with the down economics.
So with the just real quick, not to get too political, but with the whole minimum wage debate.
Yeah,
I understand why small businesses don't want to pay $15 an hour, but what small business owners don't understand is. The person at the bottom, your employee, is not the person you should be blaming. It's all your supply chain going up because guess what? The rich people want to stay rich.
Yeah.
So they're going to raise prices that forces you to make less because you have to pay your employees more. So guess what? The person you blame is not the bottom. The person you blame is at the top.
Yeah.
This is what no one understands.
They don't understand. But I mean, that's the media and all that stuff.
Yes, correct.
They feed that into you.
Anyways,
I think they understand it. It's just easier to blame the people that you have the easier access to. Like you can blame everybody at the top.
The rich people absolutely understand it. But I'll use as an example.
The xenophobia and stuff like that's what drives a lot of this Trumpism.
Yeah, absolutely.
QAnon and all the other nonsense.
Right. So example, last night I went to the post office because I was dropping cards off that I had sold. Been to the post office almost every night for the last 3 months. The line of cars wrapped down the street.
For the post office?
Yeah. It was tax day. I had no idea. I go inside to the kiosk because all I do is just scan my thing at the. I don't even go to the counter where the people are working. I just go to the kiosk, put my email address in, scan it, get my receipt. So I have, you sell something on eBay, you gotta have the receipt. So I get the receipt just so I have proof, drop it in the bin, and I'm done. I'm in and out of there in like a minute. These people are in the kiosk line and don't even know how to use the kiosk to get a stamp for their envelope. So number one, why are so many, I'm assuming most of these people are like middle class. Why are middle class people using paper tax? Why are you submitting your tax forms by paper? If you're a business owner, you should have an accountant do that for you. If you're rich, you should have an accountant do that for you. If you're poor, why don't you know how to use a computer? Why are you, why are you using?
Oh yeah, you can.
It's simple free. Simple filing.
Why are you using paper? You're paying to send your forms by. So what I learned while I was in there is just like, this is an example of how unintelligent the American common human or common man and woman is, that like you go into the post office and you don't even know. This is 2021. Consider the electronic technology we have. People don't know how to use an electronic computer kiosk to mail a letter.
Damn.
What is wrong?
People don't know how to use the self-checkout at the grocery store.
No, I understand. So that's my point. Is like
what?
But at the grocery store you have 20 of them, so it doesn't ever back up really. At the post office, there's 2 kiosks, so the line is long. Clearly, this is a first world problem I'm talking about. Me complaining about standing in line for 5 minutes when normally it's a minute. But the fact that in 2021, people who were like not 90 years old, 20, 30, 40-year-olds in there, number one, dropping paper tax forms off at the post office, and number two, that people who are in my age range don't know how to use a computer in 2021. That's why you can have like a Donald Trump win an election. Yeah. Because by and large, people aren't intelligent enough to sort through things on their own.
Oh, no.
The lady at the post office who was stamping stuff to you got to get a date stamped if you're mailing it out, had to come help this lady who was probably younger than me use the kiosk to print 2 stamps out or whatever, postage for her letters. The lady was at the kiosk for 10 minutes. The manager came, or whatever, supervisor came and had to get the stamp out of her hand so she could stay and help that lady, and he could go stamp the letters over there. I was like, man, what? It's 2021. What are we doing?
Yeah, education, man.
But anyways, that's a tangent and a rant, but that goes along with that, technology stuff and how businesses work and people who complain about inflation and whatever else. Like, no, man. You think Donald Trump is in line at the post office sending his taxes in paper? I mean, rich people don't even pay taxes.
I think that's why they like them, because they aspire to that. They see the
you're absolutely right.
Of course, that he's attached to.
Everyone who's poor thinks they're going to be rich at some point. That's why.
Look, I'm from New York, and my parents are in real estate, and I knew Donald Trump was a piece of crap since 1980, 80 whatever, since I was born. So it's crazy, he's a race. All these.
I'm not even trying to blame him either. No, I'm just saying, in general, you know what I mean?
But in general, people don't get that because all they know of him is 10, 12 seasons of The Apprentice, and that he's somewhat of a billionaire, which he's not. So it's that whole celebrity facade, and same, you could go for that Obamaism too back in he was a celebrity.
Everybody on both sides is to blame. I'm not trying to one-side the thing. I'm just saying, the uniform population is not an intelligent population.
No, not that bright.
I mean, you just base that off of everything. If you say people act on social media, act in public.
Education.
So that's my example to show all these things that we see on social media, I believe 100% are possible because of how unintelligent people are. And you see it every day, and sometimes you don't realize it. But last night being tax day, and people who are in my age bracket, and some younger, some older, but not all senior citizens, getting paper tax mail stamped at a post office.
I haven't done that in years.
If you're rich, you hire someone. If you have a small business, and the reason why I say that is you have more complicated taxes if you're rich or you own a business than someone who's just filing.
More convenient. That's at the end of the day, it's more convenient. That's why my wife.
Right. But I'm saying think of the reason you would have paper tax, because anyone who's wealthy can't use TurboTax. They have an accountant who actually is doing the paper taxes and it submits it for them. So if you have a business or investments or rich, I understand you have to file with paper taxes, but you have someone do that for you. You don't do that at the post office at 8 p.m. at night.
My wife does her taxes, and we take it to the accountant. I mean, it's complicated.
That's what I'm saying. Accountant.
All right. Yeah. So, but we appreciate you being on the podcast, man. Appreciate you being here, man.
It's crazy tangent to begin.
No, don't worry about it.
Well, hold on real quick. So you got a Tesla, you wouldn't go back?
Not going back. No. Okay. We're looking at. I'm gonna get that Model S Plaid whenever that comes out.
Oh, okay. Because we're
so you're saying you support the car? What you were saying? I didn't.
Elon. I'm opinionated about him because I also own the stock, and it's he needs to shut up. You're. I don't know if the CEO anymore or just on the board, but this guy, he wants to be famous, king of the world, whatever, and he has his following. One of my friends is a big Tesla guy. He buys the little model cars, all that stuff, everything he has the flamethrower, all this crap.
Well, did you see social media the night that he was supposed to go on Saturday Night Live and talk about Dogecoin? It was the only thing I saw on social media that night.
I don't mind it.
It's funny, but
I feel like he does it on purpose. He does it to prove.
He's trolling.
I feel like he does it to prove.
I think he actually is
I think he's a really intelligent, smart person. I think he does this stuff. I think he proves and does this stuff to
weirdos.
Right. I think he feels like, watch this. I'm going to go do this. And no, 100%.
I don't think he's intellectual in those terms. I think he's intellectual in engineering terms. He's not intellectual in Dave Chappelle way.
He's on social media way too much to be who he is.
He's very socially awkward.
The fact the fact that even when his wife or girlfriend, whatever she is, comes on there and corrects his spelling.
What I'm saying is I don't think he's.
It's a thing.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think he can do the long con. He's not that kind of intelligent. He's an engineering marvel intelligent. It's a different type of intelligence.
I think
Dave Chappelle could be have the long con.
My friends were like, "Oh man, I got to get home. Watch that because he's gonna be on there." And they couldn't wait.
And a lot of people are like that.
What? Y'all really about to go home?
Donald Trump
Saturday Night Live in 20 years.
Listen, Donald Trump obviously is a good salesman, but he's not a funny person. So he's not people laugh at his behavior, but they don't laugh at him like telling jokes or whatever. You know what I mean? So like, I think he's good because he's a salesperson, which is why he can do the long con or whatever you want to call it. And he has tons of worshipers. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the same. I'm not saying that Elon Musk loves Trump or anything. I'm saying like both those guys are in that like conspiracy theory realm. I don't think either one of them are like witty per se. Nah.
You got to be a little witty to run for president and to get on stage and say the stuff that you say.
Yeah, but he doesn't realize why stuff's funny. Like he doesn't like when he's doing that little dance on stage or whatever, and like people making fun of that. Like he doesn't.
That's different.
But
that's the way he really dances.
Dave Chappelle wouldn't do that though. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like Obama wouldn't do. Obama is witty. Like Obama wouldn't. But I would never
witty and then buffoonery.
Yeah,
buffoon.
Like I'll never get on this show and support politicians 100% because I think every politician has good and bad sides. But what the point I'm making is Obama is like the like witty guy who could do the long con based on like
clever
intelligence. I don't think Trump is like that. He just outlandish and just says whatever he wants to say because he's like I'm Trump. Yeah, I don't. And same thing with Elon Musk. I don't think he's like that long con witty guy. I don't think so. I think he literally believes that.
I think he goes, watch this.
I don't think so. Are you giving him a lot of credit?
I agree with you on that.
I think he does. There's no reason for somebody like that because I think he does. Because it happens. Like the people to watch him to see what he's going to do and say because they invested in something is insane. The man's on Saturday Night Live for no reason. Like what is he on Saturday Night Live for? Is what?
I mean, Tesla's a big
being an
deal.
awesome engineer? Yeah, but typically people that host Saturday Night Live are somewhat at some form of entertainment. He's the entertainment on the internet and on social media. Yeah. Like he is providing entertainment. He is a way too rich and busy person.
I don't look at it as him as entertaining. Now you want to know who is like witty, entertaining, rich? Cuban.
Oh yeah,
Cuban is like the witty version of Elon Musk without the like tinfoil hat.
He's entertainment though too. He's on TV for about 4 or 5 years now.
You got to be like that nowadays.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the version.
That's what makes him awesome as a owner, anyways. Like he's way more outside the box of an owner than anybody has ever been. H, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. Like I said, anybody, man, you ever in Arizona could pull up, man. Real quick,
and you better be able to do what he's doing and talk. By the way, don't come in here.
He's a pro.
Sit here like.
No, I'm used to this.
Don't come in here and sit like this water bottle.
This man has business dealings and he does his thing, man. So shout out to H for being on the podcast today. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Hustle Hard soccer club team. It's the club team my son is on. Shout out to Coach Jimmy because last week when we were doing the podcast, people may not have realized it, but when me and George were doing our top 10, my wife's car got broken into.
Oh, dang.
And I had called him, and him and his wife went back, to sit with my wife and kid. My kids are losing their minds, Cortez thought they broke the window and threw a bomb in the car. I mean, I don't know why. Cortez was losing his mind. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Stop letting him watch MSNBC.
I mean, he was going crazy. So, man, and let me tell you something. We're all married in this room. When you can't, I'm trying to get the heck out of here. We're, done. We're trying to get stuff ready and get out of here. But, when you can't get to your family and stuff, you feel a little helpless. But shout out to him. That's like some real man stuff. Went back. Sit my wife, him and his wife entertain the kids while Rocio and him clean the glass out the car and stuff like that. It's one of those things where it was like, it is what it is. It happens. You know what I mean? But like I said, shout out to them.
Y'all just park it in the garage when you went out of town, or did you get it fixed already?
It's in the garage. They're ordering the window and all that stuff or whatever. I mean, we have.
What'd they steal?
Nothing. They just broke it, rummaged through it. She had a bunch of crate and barrel stuff in there, but they don't know what that stuff is. They're like, we don't want vases. We don't want fancy house stuff. So. Whatever, but they didn't take anything, so whatever. But shout out to them, like I said, shout out to Hustle Hard group. Mexico was cool. It was all right. My first time, actually second time ever going, so it was all right. You know what I mean?
You went to Rocky Point, though, right?
Yeah, but I'd never been in college and stuff like that. I went one time before me and Rocio got married, and I was with her family, and it was fine, whatever. But
No, I get. Well, the point I was making, you went to a resort town. You didn't go to like a wedding or whatever in Mexico City or something.
No. We were right there by the beach and where it's popular, whatever. But it's still I mean, it took us an hour and a half to get into Mexico. The borderline was an hour and a half, and then to come out was about an hour. But it's one of those things where it was normal. And shout out to my sister-in-law. I mean, they're my sisters. I consider my sisters. We went for my sister-in-law Eva's birthday or whatever, and I mean, she's the most caring. I love her to death. I would literally do anything for her and my other sister Nareda. They give the shirt off their backs. You know what I mean? I just love them to death. So it was one of those things where it was we always get invited to go. We never go. My wife is nah, I ain't going no more, ever. But we were all right, we're going to go, do whatever, took the kids. I'll tell you, it was mad stressful because, head is on a swivel. all the time. We were like in large groups and crowds, and we lost my 2 nephews twice. Like one got lost on the beach, and then one got lost in like the strip area, whatever that is or whatever. So we were like panicking trying to find them or whatever. And then, it's like over like a sensory overload, we're on the beach, and like it's not like the beaches in California, it's like you're there and the beach is, I'm talking packed. It's like Santa Monica times like 1,000 with bands, with food carts. Like, I mean, there was bands right next to each other. Like, you pay them like 250 pesos and they'll like play just for your tent.
Right.
And they're like competing, and it's just noise. Like, it's just out of control. You can't see the beach and so many crowds or whatever. But I had fun, I enjoyed it. So shout out to them. I felt bad. It feels bad going there like to have fun and stuff. You drive through and see such poverty. I know we just talked about wealth and all that stuff like that, but man, I'm talking.
Sonoita is not a wealthy town.
I'm talking poverty. It made you feel bad, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you see kids out there like asking for money, and it's like, they're not going to school this week or ever or whatever. And I know there's people like that in America that need to be taken care of as well, but it's like, man, like it makes you like, man.
Well,
like,
I said first world problem earlier as compared to like third world problem. You
right.
know what I mean?
And it's one of those things where it's like, man, people sitting around complaining about, people trying to come over, make a better life for themselves. Like, that's insane, but like I said, shout out to my family. I love them to death. Like I said, Eva is the sweetest, caring person ever. I love her. Happy birthday to her. And Nareda, my other sister, like I said, she'll give you the shirt off her back. My brother-in-law, he's just somebody you just always want around. He's just such a great person. It reminds me of my real brother. His presence, his presence around. You used to always want him around. So, pickups. So let's go first.
Oh, that's right. Guess go first.
Guess go first.
Fam, the StockX don't leave me alone with these messages. I swear.
You got any pickups this week?
Yeah.
Recently?
So I got. Well, this is going into last week because I haven't bought anything this week. But those Jordan 5 low wings, I got 2 pairs of those off of sneakers, which they're actually reselling for pretty high.
Really?
Yeah, they're like $50 over retail.
You sell them in person?
Huh? No, I don't care. It looks like a golf shoe. I mean,
they all
look like. I mean, you guys said that stuff, and I started putting it together.
Does.
And it's like a weird. I mean, look, it's a black shoe. I understand the marketplace for these things, so I think it was pretty fairly limited. So, if it hold it for a couple months and see what goes, and I have to do a video on it too. So that's that, and then I got those U.S. Postal Service Air Force Ones.
Wait, those actually dropped?
I was about to ask the same question. Okay.
No, I bought,
but they are supposed to now, though. We didn't even talk about that. They did the agreement now that it's like, I don't think Nike wanted to do that. But
like the price just kept going like this. But I got a decent price on StockX for it. But this is my second time ordering it because first one got sent over and they were fake. So they canceled the order. So I re-put in another bid, and they just shipped something. Cause the other one was coming from Asia, they said. So it was like, so I was like, all right. But this one I think is domestic because it just shipped. My bid went through 2 days ago, so
I didn't know that StockX did that. Like I knew they use European supply or whatever stock because the Pig SBs I got from Netherlands. I didn't know they use Asia too. Though I thought they had their own
Japan
thing
or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so there's a lot. But no, was that it? Yeah, that's basically it. I can remember.
I mean, any Jordans. If it's not a Jordan 1, stop shooting me.
Well, what's the best shoe that you kept or liked that you got recently? How about that?
That I kept, like, probably the ones I'm wearing right now. The 500 and Yeezy 500 in flame.
In flame.
Yeah.
You go out of your way to get anything, or you just do everything on your phone pretty much?
Shoes. Yeah, like I'll go out of my way. Well, you mean like go to a store?
Yeah, like.
Oh no. I mean,
I don't mean camping because I really ain't nobody camping no more. But like, go drive around, put raffle tickets in or anything like that. We used to do that.
My podcast partner does that, and he hits on every Jordan. He's all about J's. He'll get multiple pairs, but my thing is like I'm too lazy. Even though I live in DC, right outside of DC in Pentagon City. You was down there, so you like in Arlington area. I live right on top of the Pentagon Mall. My apartment is right on top of the damn mall. I have every store, and they do releases there. So Finish Line, all these things. I'm too lazy to get up and put the raffle ticket in, and I know I can win because I have tons of points on all
in person.
Yeah,
those stores are all in person. Okay,
yeah. So you could do that, but every time I've caught one, I end up going out to like the Tyson's Bowl in Northern Virginia. Right. I've won over there, but like that's last time I did was November. That was the last time I actually went to a store to pick up a shoe, and that was a Fire Red 4.
So they don't do actual raffle tickets anymore at Finish Line and stuff like that, right?
Finish Line has an app, but some stores might be different though. You never know.
I don't do any of them. So Foot Locker, Finish Line, Foot Action.
If I remember, I'll put in on Foot Locker, but the last 2 times I've done something, I got some alert that said your points have been refunded because if you do the additional, what are those called?
the extra
head starts or whatever.
Yeah.
So last 2 times I've done a shoe, it's like we refunded your points, and I look and I have 1 head start out of 4. Like, why would I keep using this app if it's going to refund me every time? And then when I
that's cool that they
get
refund
through,
you.
It doesn't work.
I don't think on finish line.
Not if you lose. I'm saying it said refund before the draw even happened.
Oh, okay.
And then all of a sudden I was a 1 out of 4 instead of a 4 out of 4. Which you ain't getting a shoe if you're a 1 out of 4 because they're giving it to the people with 4 out of 4.
What does head start even mean?
I don't get it.
You get like a minute early or something supposedly? Like,
it used to be you get the thing, whatever it is, 10 minutes before, like you're in line first, but now they changed the system completely. So I think Foot Locker is more like Adidas. If you go in the store or shop online and buy everything, like Mr. Mitos, he buys everything. You do that, they're going to reward you with everything. But like me, I have like 70,000 flex points, but it means nothing.
You might as well go buy whatever they have, Game Boys and stuff on the on the flex
exactly.
thing.
It means nothing because I haven't won a shoe. I used to win every Yeezy. Like I could put on whatever size, 4, 5.5, 6.5, like the kid sizes that go high, 12, 12.5. I put anything, I win. I could never win a Jordan 1. When they had like all those Jordan 1s come out and they were all hot shoes, could never win one, even size 12, because size 12 used to, when like 7, 7.5, and 8s were really, really hot, and then 12 would sit in the stores, I could never win one. And then I would be able to get like, a 13 every once in a Jordan 13 or a Jordan 10 or these random releases. I can't get anything. So it's basically like, what's the point?
Them maps is too complicated for me. I was like, I ain't got time for this. And then I remember like everybody on Twitter was like sending out everybody's zip codes that could like whatever it was.
Because you used to have to go to the store to check in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the check-in would give you more head start or something. I was like, man, I got time.
That was when I used to win though. So I would like follow one of the accounts on Twitter that would send the code out for like a store in Maryland or whatever, and you just change your zip code to that zip code, put the code in, then you get your head start to 10 instead of 9, and then you change it back to
your region.
Then you change your zip code back to your own store. And that was when I used to win, but I don't win no more.
I mean, literally, no matter what it comes to sneakers, there's always some type of loophole to help somebody.
Computers definitely have changed sneakers in general. I mean, engineers and computer. Fam, I was looking at something the other day. And I can't say that this bot guy or whatever, because his name on Twitter has to do with cards. So I don't know if he was ever a sneaker person. Mm-hmm. Them cats share all their wins just like the sneaker bots share their wins. Like cats getting like 100 boxes of whatever, of like Panini or Bowman off Target or whatever, like 1,000 boxes. Huh?
I seen these kids on I don't know if you. I always see these YouTube things because I have the channel. It's like this kid named Tommy Boy TV out of New Jersey. Kid's like 19 years old. Does massive unbox of cards and sneakers. Like he gets every shoe. And they do it manually, by the way. They have a cook group or whatever, but they do have like the checkout bots. That's what they use, checkout bots. I don't know if it's like, it just automatically fills in, but they don't go like thousands of entries. They just go, I got my name, my alternate address.
Once Target did that thing where Target shut down all the in-store cards, I found a Twitter account that, I'm assuming it's a bot account. Mm-hmm. It's just a monitor, so it'll tweet when something gets stocked on Target or Walmart or whatever, and the link that's there is literally the add to cart link. So it's already in your cart when you click on it. Now, I haven't copped anything because it's impossible, but
that's dope.
Better than trying to sit there and refresh a page all day.
I don't understand.
It's like the Soul Links for cards, but it's a monitor instead of, Soul Links is a monitor too, but Soul Links doesn't put the link to add the cart.
People's supply chain and shipping stuff needs to be smarter than that. I just don't understand like how you could just ship 1,000.
They just don't care.
But they should. Like it
probably, but all those
somebody should.
It's just a faceless business that wants to sell the product.
Of course, but like when it's
everyone says
like
they
that,
do. Like sneaker, Nike has said sneakers is bot proof now, and then Target is like, now that cards aren't in store, we've solved the bot problem. No, you haven't.
Oh, you haven't. All right.
But they don't care, which I understand. It's a business. If we owned a business, we do own a business, but if we owned, we own a podcast business, but if we owned a business, we wouldn't care either. Unless it was like a Manor, like a local business, you care because you just one boutique. But if you're a faceless Target, they don't care.
You got any pickups, George?
I got 2 Kobe Golds.
You keeping one?
I am keeping. I got a 12.5 from Undefeated. You already know about that one. They haven't even shipped yet, so hopefully it doesn't get canceled. And then I got one on sneakers on Saturday. Don't ask. The other one's already sold to pay for the first one. That's the whole point. You get 2, you sell it, you keep the other one. So don't ask. I sold it already. Sorry.
Did you do the Undefeated raffle or you got it manually?
Yeah, I did it. No, I did the Undefeated raffle, and I got it in
I've never won an Undefeated
the second wave or whatever. So apparently they did a third wave on Sunday.
Okay.
But I got it when the one before that was.
They give you like 15 minutes to join, I think, right? And then
so I think there was only one raffle entry, but they sent the invoices out in waves. They said it was this is the end of the first day. We're gonna do another one on whatever day I got it on.
Did with the Jordan 3.
Yeah, yeah. And then they did another one on Sunday. So.
Yeah. I got 3 pairs of those. Okay, I forgot about that. I picked up another pair on GOAT, so I have 3 pairs of those. I wasted so much money on those shoes because I didn't know about that drop on the 22nd. It's gonna be on sneakers and everywhere on the globe.
Yeah,
so I
was those things are gonna shoot up. Assuming, you know, how do I want to word this?
I don't know if they're gonna shoot up like we think.
Yeah, they are.
Like certain sizes, I got for retail.
Certain sizes may not. Like I got a 13. That shoe's already like only $390. So that shoe's not shooting up.
Yeah.
But all those other pairs, it's the most luxe Jordan shoe. Like, and I don't mean luxe as in like the materials, but like not only materials, but the color blocking too. Because you can make a really nice shoe that just doesn't look good. I think it's potentially the best Jordan of all time. And now is a 3? Is a 3?
I'm not even a Jordan guy.
It is
coming from you. Understand like what you
all
like.
Time?
Yeah, potentially.
You mean best made?
I mean, you like the color blocking, right? No, hold on. Color blocking's flawless, right? You like the raw edges. You like how they put the suede instead of the elephant print.
Yeah.
You like the quilted.
Yeah.
So you're 3 for 3. And
it's luxe, yeah.
It's not a 1 and it's not a 4. But it's also not a 10. It's not a 9. It's not an 8. I mean, it's in the conversation.
I mean, I don't know. I like weird looking shoes anyway in a lot of colors. But that one it's cool.
I didn't say it's my favorite.
Oh, I know what you said.
I said it might. It has an argument to be for the greatest Jordan of all time.
Well, I hope it is because I got 3 pairs and I'm going for
I mean,
I'm knee deep in these shoes right now.
Your opinion? If it comes out on sneakers,
tank like Dogecoin.
So if it,
that's what happened. Tank like Dogecoin.
I got a funny story. Well, not a funny story, but like I got a Dogecoin story. Like 10 years ago, my friend was trying to tell me to like mine for Dogecoin when it was like 0.0000132 cents or whatever. You know, when it was like a joke crypto. And I was like, he was trying to explain, you know, how crypto worked. Like I said, it's literally 10 years ago.
Yeah.
He had bought like 2 of the most expensive video cards in the world to try. This is when mining was like kind of small and people didn't have an entire warehouse to mine. They may have had like, you know, 6 PCs in a room or something. So he was trying to build this like monster PC that would mine. His thing was like, what's the big one again? The biggest
Bitcoin?
Yeah, Bitcoin. His thing was like, people already know about Bitcoin, so there's no sense in mining for that because it's impossible. He was like, go for Dogecoin. And I was like, what are you talking about? He had a Dogecoin t-shirt, hat, everything. And then like a couple years later, we saw Dogecoin sponsored, not NASCAR, but whatever the second tier is. You know what I'm talking about? Where like the younger drivers race.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Before you go up to NASCAR.
Yeah, the one right below that. Dogecoin's put a sponsorship on a car in that. And so we kind of.
It's like a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like Dogecoin, because I thought it was a joke.
Well, it started as a joke.
Yeah.
And so we flipped out when we saw that. We were like, fam, you were telling us about this years ago, and now they just sponsored like I don't think it was like a season-long sponsorship or whatever, like Gatorade or whatever, you know what I mean? But like, you think it was a joke, and then you put a sponsorship on a NASCAR. It couldn't have been cheap, even if it was for one race or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm an inside trader.
And now, people talking about it might hit $1. Like, huh?
Yeah, it probably will. Because there's a lot of, not to get on a tangent about cryptocurrencies, but Bitcoin's very inefficient. That's one thing Elon Musk is right about. It does take a lot to mine Bitcoin. And I think Bitcoin's going to be a gold standard. And that's, you know, people who have Bitcoin, it's a novelty, gold standard type of thing, is going to trade and buy and sell like that. But Ethereum and maybe even Dogecoin might be running these payment engines and all that other stuff that we talk about.
Yeah, see, I don't even understand.
I mean, as far as popular stuff.
I don't understand how any of that works. Like, you know, I understand what an NFT is. I understand, I want
to make one.
I understand I don't understand the back end terminology of everything, mining and all that. Yeah. I understand how the currency works itself, but the fact that you can, like, when you think about it, you're mining for the coin. That means there's just stuff that's just out there in like the nether regions. Mm-hmm. Why can you turn a computer on and find something that's worth $16,000 or whatever the
it's
number
complicated.
is?
It'll burn.
You know what I mean? Like, like if you think about that, like what?
Your energy bill will be higher than whatever you put in, so it's not worth to mine. The people that do it.
Well, it's not as big as it was at the beginning. At the beginning, that's how everyone was doing it. Now it's just trading, like a stock
so it's
or
sort
whatever.
Of like, it's sort of like that. So it's more, I guess, a commodity, whatever.
Well, how can you just turn a computer on and do a little coding, and then you can search for money? I mean, it just like you searching for buried treasure. It doesn't make like you actually have to go out your house to the ocean to find buried treasure. It makes no sense to me. What does mining even mean?
Yeah,
like he was trying to.
Well, that's how they get paid. So the people that mine are the ones that make it secure. So they're the ones that make all the transactions happen. So I'm hoping I'm getting this right. They're the ones that keep it secure, so you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, fam, I don't understand nothing. And then somehow you get like the one guy had a key and he forgot his password and lost $350 million or something like that.
Man, like, sad stories, man.
Why don't they have a thing or remember my password? Like, what?
That's wild.
Anyways,
crypto. I forgot about that cat. That had to like 9 attempts or something like that to get his password right, and then he lose all his money or something. I was like, forget that. Man. I would literally go to Silicon Valley and set it on fire.
Oh, you should probably just never go. You should probably just off yourself. No reason to walk back into regular life after that.
What else you pick up?
Pick up 2 Kobe's, sold one to pay for the other one. What else really? I know I got GS reverse whatever those things are.
Reverse shadows?
Yeah. But what else? Did anything else release last week?
I was in Mexico. I have no idea.
The weekend. Good. What came out last week? Anything? Nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Those Yeezys came out the other day. I mean, that counts for last week?
The highs? No, I didn't bother with that.
I have every pair. I love those
highs.
Shoes. The Yeezy 500 highs. They came out
the boots?
Color.
Oh, yeah, them is fire.
The boots.
They are boots, yeah. They are a boot.
I mean,
that's
they
funny.
look like boots. I don't think they're actual real.
Supposed to be like boots.
They're basketball shoes. I mean, or like kind of look like a basketball shoe.
They have that sole from that old Kobe.
Yeah, the fish you wear. You got those. Hi.
Yeah. But they're a boot. I mean, have you seen one?
I mean, it's like a boot that we joke about, a boot, but it's not an actual boot.
I always thought it was a boot.
I don't think you can wear it to the like contractors. I don't think you wear it to like build like a
steel toe. But I mean,
I don't think you can wear it to like swing a hammer. I don't think it's that kind of boot.
Okay, yes.
I'm just saying.
Those shoes are very cozy, by the way. I like them a lot. I have like every colorway. I missed out on these for some odd reason lately. I've been having trouble getting the 500 highs because they make them in limited quantities now. But in the aftermarket, they're pretty cheap.
Well, I think they learned that real quick when that first colorway did nothing.
That's true.
Wise.
Yeah, those things were out there for months.
Yeah, they get for pretty cheap. Like once they release, they're not too bad or whatever.
Ones. Yeah, those are nice.
What else you cop? That's it.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I don't even think I bought any cards. I opened some cards. Oh, I did buy some from Johnny.
All I bought was a kid's shirt. What them sandals called? Suico?
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 Well,
whatever.
That's what I call it.
I bought some of those. That's what I call it, too. I don't know what it is. I bought some of those. I don't know why. But it was one of those where, like, I like them, and I kept looking at them, and it just sit on my car. Then I try to find a cheaper price. Then I look at the ones that matter. Then I look at the colorways. I look on Nordstrom's. Then it's like, forget it, man. I'm just copped. So I copped them off End. First of all, End is just, period, the fastest shipping on the planet. It doesn't matter where I ordered them on End on Monday. Them joints was here.
Nah,
sorry.
The other one was faster than End, but we don't order from them no more.
Which one?
Urban Outfitters. Urban something. We used to order from them. That's where we got our red and black Kobe's.
One of ours took forever to get here. I think it was my...
No, but that was a different store, though.
Oh, I think it's Cali Roots, I think, that took forever. But End is fast.
No, the place that we got the first one from doesn't exist no more. It's like Crooked Tongues or something.
Oh, you're right. I think that's what it was.
But no,
European
it's not.
store?
Yeah, it's a European one.
But no, we... Urban Industry. Or one of those that's like... Maybe one of those literally does like next day FedEx from Europe to here.
End is extremely... I've never had an issue with End. Other people have it, whatever. Also got these. Shout out to Simple. This is the greatest Adidas box of all time.
End is fire, and their boxes are fire. But there's one that ships faster. That's all I'm saying. But End is dope.
Yeah, I like them.
Adidas has some of the worst sneaker boxes ever. Every single, with the blue ones especially, the blue ones fall apart. This right here is already the greatest Adidas sneaker box
I
of
like
all time.
The first original Ultra Boost box. I don't like the new one where you put your fingers in the middle and open from the middle.
They don't stack well because they start.
They don't stack well.
But the yellow first Ultra Boost box, I like that box. And the like black NMD box, I like that box.
I'll tell you with the, like I said, I'll buy the same model of shoes of Adidas. Just like a not Calabasas. What are they called? The ones I love.
Same thing.
I'll call them Calabasas. Continentals. I'll buy like 5 9.5s. All boxes are like different sizes, like this. I can't even stack them. I'm like, why is it? I'll buy one Continental, this box. Buy another one, this box. I'm like, I can't even stack these joints. But I'm super happy to get these. Shout out to Simple. That's the homie. Hit me up, like I said last week. Oh, I love shell toes. I love shell toes at Stan Smith's. I mean, this is about 150, 160 for a shell toe, but this joint is fire to me. Like, I love it. Like, I'm wearing this week to the airport. So
I just noticed. I mean, I know that's the Babe check, but kind of.
Look at that.
Reminiscent of the Nike check.
I love that, man. I love this.
They don't suck. They're just not for me.
Nah, these joints is fire, man. I can't wait to wear these.
Oh, that's soft. Yeah,
it's some pretty good leather, man.
Oh, is that leather? Oh, yeah.
It's something. It's screen printed on top of the leather. But I like the Bape in the back. I love that. Shout out to homie Mike from Sneaker History Podcast, too, because he had posted like some fire pics of them, which made me like, thank goodness I'm buying these joints. But this box is incredible. I like the vintage look, extra laces. This joint is fire, man. So, and everybody that was hitting me up asking me that I have them in hand yet, they right here. They fire. I recommend buying them. Like, I love this shit.
They're still sitting? Or are they?
Nah, they're not sitting, but I don't think they're selling for as much retail. Well, I think they're like maybe 180, which, I mean, they're 150 retail, so 180 plus all the fees you might run into or whatever. But shout out to Ryan, man. I appreciate that a whole lot from him, man. He didn't have to call me, but he did. So shout out to him, man. Releases. George will come out this week.
Let's see. Try a different website and see if we eliminate.
I use we started doing those releases
actually,
on our thing. What do I use?
Man, I don't think I have no internet.
Soul Collector.
You might have to.
I was looking on Soul Collector too at one point.
They got everything.
You might have. Actually, you know what?
If anybody wants to do releases, knock them out.
They don't have Wi-Fi here anymore, do they?
Oh, yeah,
no, go ahead. You do it.
Go ahead, man. Knock them out.
You do it.
Oh, gosh. All right.
You got a podcast? What you doing, man?
Just say the important ones.
Let me see. Let's look at the calendar. Just the important ones.
Yeah, my
what's
phone
today's date?
Is not working.
Today is...
Actually, you know what? I'm going to restart this joint.
Today is the 18th? 18th.
Okay, let's just see starting tomorrow.
So anything all the way through Tuesday.
Yeah, we do everything through the next day. We're going to be at the show.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So Concepts and Nike Kyrie 7.
Oh, yeah, that comes out tomorrow.
The Horse.
Them is fire. I mean, a lot of cats already got them. And it's just fire. I mean, it's just...
they're pretty dope.
Honestly,
to me, it's odd he's still doing collabs with them, but I guess.
Well, I think it was like
they
got a super duper friendship. Oh, you're right. Yes, they in New York, so I guess it's not too weird. Whatever.
Still weird. It's weird that Concepts is like, because you associate stores with the first place they were. Like Kith to me is New York. I don't care if they got a Miami store, LA, whatever.
Oh yeah, facts. And Concepts is Boston.
Bodega is Boston. Yeah. Concepts is Cambridge, which is technically not really in Boston, but yes, I mean.
And plus, I mean, the whole relationship started with him being on the Celtics, so you just automatically associate both of them or whatever. Yeah. But I mean, they got their relationship is dope, and maybe it's a contract thing. I don't know. I doubt it, but I think it's a dope thing. But I honestly feel that this might be the very last store collaboration you see with a basketball sneaker. Well, I can't think of another one since the LeBron Kith and then the Kyrie Concepts. When was the last time a store done a basketball collaboration?
Well, they still sell out. I mean,
no, they sell out. But I'm just saying, like, it's just
LeBron does that with that Filipino store. I forgot the name of it. Titan or something like that.
Oh yeah, Titan.
So, yeah.
Oh okay.
Every year he comes out.
I didn't know they did a collab with them, but I've heard of Titan.
He did a couple collabs with them, and the Jordan 35 did a Titan this year or whatever.
Okay.
So or whatever. What else you got?
Nike Dunk Low Women's Photon Dust. Those are dope. They look like
yes, they are. Reverse light grays or what are those called?
Yeah.
So I started to.
Nice. You can barely see the shoe. It looks like an actual ghost.
Yeah.
I can barely see it.
I just started appreciating dunks more.
I don't think you mean you could barely see the shoe. You mean you could barely tell that it's.
I looked at the picture up online and I was like, "Where is it?"
If you wearing the shoe, I can see the shoe. You just can't tell what color it is.
I can wear black socks.
All right.
Oh goodness. All right. Jordan Zion 1 Noah. It's sort of like a
like
a past pastel.
I think it's like
colors.
I think it's like a shoe for his brother or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
Yeah, right. They got a bunch of zigzags on it.
I don't understand why they're releasing Zion shoes after they're out of the playoff. Like the team didn't make the playoffs.
Well, I mean, they probably had these dates already set. I don't think they had it to coincide with the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean that's how it used to work for Jordan. The Bulls, we knew a fam. It doesn't matter.
They're
Zion,
going to the playoffs.
Don't act like Zion's not good. Zion is a superstar.
Zion's on the Pelicans.
I understand that.
So it's boring.
The Bulls used to listen. The Bulls were the Pelicans before Jordan went there. The Bulls were a laughingstock of the NBA.
Yeah, but the Bulls back then, when the Bulls were a laughingstock, there were Nike release dates, so that's irrelevant.
But don't say like the Pelicans. The same thing.
Yeah, he needs to get a little Scottie Pippen on his team. He'll be good.
He got Ingram. They suck.
He ain't Scottie Pippen. He's good, but he ain't Scottie Pippen.
Zion ain't Jordan.
I understand that. Zion is a superstar, though. He's top players in the league. I'll just say top players.
Superstar, stat-wise, basketball-wise, yes, but superstar nowadays, you got to have a little bit more. Like he said, he is.
Oh, he might not be. He's not a personality superstar, but he's a.
But I like that though.
Game superstar.
I don't expect him to be in trouble.
We don't complain about Kawhi not having a personality. We make fun of Kawhi, but we don't complain.
He does have a personality.
No, he does.
All right,
he does.
Don't do that. You know what I mean. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Dry.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know what I mean. We don't sit here complaining about him like you should do more commercials or you should do more of this.
I do.
No, we don't.
I do.
No, we don't.
I talked about last week, New Balance. You can't make me care about New Balance if you don't care about yourself. There haven't been a Kawhi commercial since he went to LA.
Yes.
Zero.
But that's the brand. We don't complain about him.
He might be the one that might be like, I don't want to do it.
Fam, but we don't sit here like, oh, he don't got no personality. Like we don't like there's a lot of guys like Derrick Rose. We used to complain about Derrick Rose all the time. Weirdest athlete I've ever seen in my entire life. Now we got more that's just as weird, but have you ever seen a weirder? So weird. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like we used to complain about that. With Kawhi, we just let it go because Kawhi is good.
Derrick Rose is a complicated person.
Kawhi, like I said, matter of fact, I want you to opine on that. Doesn't Kawhi have like a weird winner aura about him that you don't get from other players?
It's not an aura. He just wins.
I understand that, but it's when you look at Kawhi, really you're not
like.
Yeah, he
got lucky.
Fam, Toronto.
Toronto got lucky.
Yeah, Spurs, Toronto. Where he's at now? He's a winner.
Spurs. I mean, yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Toronto
good.
got
the
lucky.
Clippers are the best they've ever been in franchise history with him.
I don't know if I don't think Kawhi's never not been in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's fine, but he's not.
I think he's been in the playoffs forever.
He doesn't make the finals. I mean, you compare him to LeBron.
I know, but that's my
those comparisons.
But that's my point. Is like he's not a LeBron level superstar, but he still won a championship where he was the best player on the team.
True.
That doesn't happen in sports. Yeah. I mean, at least in NBA sports. Like having all guys like hockey or whatever.
Who knew KD and Clay would have been hurt?
But they still had to get to that. To the championship.
You right. And it took a miracle. It took a miracle.
Don't start.
It took a miracle. Joel Embiid would be the guy. Right now, we be talking about Joel Embiid.
I mean, he still is.
That was game 7.
By the way, we got to talk about MVP. I don't know if you saw the argument I had with Blanc. We got to talk about MVP before the show's over. Not right now.
I was running through this so you guys, I mean, this is fun.
Go ahead. We'll do them all. Knock them out.
Air Jordan 35 low, Cosmic Deception. I think that's what Luka's custom joint.
Yeah, they do.
You know what's funny is typically a lot of these Jordans they look better than the low top version.
Don't skip the golf shoe.
And I gave a 35 a lot of love a few weeks ago because I like the 35 shoe.
Yeah,
I would buy one for.
No, you wouldn't.
I got a 35.
No, you wouldn't.
I think they.
Yeah, but you got a show about it. You don't know you wouldn't.
I might.
If you didn't have a show, you wouldn't own that shoe.
No, I bought it because I want to hoop in it eventually. I hoop a lot, so I wear new shoes every week. Or used to hoop in the gym.
Like tech shoes, you mean?
Yeah.
Like you're
those
try the
Adapts. I have 3 pairs of Adapt BBs. Okay. So
35s don't look good in low top. Not to me.
I mean, they don't look bad.
The tongue is
crazy. Yeah,
tongue
it
is
does look crazy. But I tried on the 35. I have the Zion. What is it called? The Bayou Boy.
Bayou Boys. Oh, they suck.
Those I like the materials are amazing. But
I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, you good? Keep talking. Okay. I'm doing a little side. Did you tell him?
No, because you didn't tell me to.
Oh, you don't want those?
I don't know. I'll ask.
Okay. I was gonna say it's a Jordan 1 low OG. Like what? Okay. Anyways,
should I even mention this?
What is that?
PUMA Future Rider. Nope. Okay. Air Jordan 1 low OG Ghost Green.
Is this Ghost Green for everybody or European? Because it ain't on sneakers or nothing.
I saw it on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, shoot. Well,
and they have a barely green for the women.
The shape is terrible, and I don't like the small swoosh near the toe box.
The barely greens are okay.
I like the color. I'll be honest. I like the color. Now, I don't love the color.
Of what? The Jordan 1?
The barely green.
Oh, the OG.
Or which
the Dunk.
No, the one that's coming out.
What shoe? The Dunk is barely
The one
green.
that we're
and
talking
the
about right now.
Ghost green is the Jordan 1.
Okay, whatever. Ghost green, whatever. I like the color. The shape is... What is the shape?
It looks like the one that you unzip. That's the shape it looks like.
This one, it kind of looks like a Jordan 1 low.
It is a Jordan 1 low.
Oh, it is a Jordan. I was like, oh, God.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of a Jordan.
Sorry, my bad. May 21.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you sleep.
That's how much I know about shoes. Anyway, going back, they're putting the PSG Air Jordan 7.
I don't think those are bad, but they whack.
Yeah. Oh, and I got those too. The Flint ones that came out with the purple.
Oh, I like those a lot. I've always liked Flint 7s, but I don't think
I got it picked up right before I left. It's a nice looking shoe. I opened the box and everything.
This is going to be a controversial shoe, I think.
What's that?
Why?
Because everyone's going to want it. Everyone's going to want it just because it's a what the. Yeah. But I don't know that it's any good.
No. Look, that shoe is a whack. Okay. Ooh. You know what? Let's talk about that real quick.
So you're making my point for me. It's going to be controversial. I mean,
because one thing, you like them?
No. So I'd wear them actually because I like what the shoes.
You like crazy?
Yeah.
No. I would wear them if I got them for retail or someone plug me or whatever. But I'm not paying $1,000 for it.
Look.
I might pay $200, $300.
Somebody was asking me about this, and I was probably going to bring this up a little bit later if we talked about Sakai or whatever. But those shoes right there are a combination of 9, 10 P-Rod sneakers, every single one.
Hold on, before you start, I will say P-Rod is literally the one who should have this shoe. Mm-hmm. So many other riders they've had, the original riders all should have had their own stuff, Team Riders collection, and they should get a what the shoe as well. And I understand why they do Costin stuff. But P-Rod has done way more relevant stuff than Costin.
No.
With Nike SB.
P-Rod should be LeBron, Serena, P-Rod, them a level. P-Rod should be a staple in everything.
So why do you have that face if you agree with me?
No. No. Well, I don't know what you're talking about with Costin. What the? They have other what the?
No, I'm saying.
Oh.
P-Rod is someone deserving of a what the in terms of
P-Rod is deserving of anything he wants.
Fine.
Right. Yes.
You don't argue when you make the same argument. He's someone who deserves this shoe is my point. They've done so many other collabs, not what the shoes, but they've done other collabs where they give people free reign to do whatever. And it's who you collabing with? Who is that? I understand why they got a Theodis Beasley shoe. I understand why Costin gets whatever he wants. But again, a controversial statement, P-Rod has done more with Nike SB, for them, I should say, than Costin. Costin wasn't always with Nike SB. Costin was with ES or somebody first.
ES.
Or America or whatever. And then went there. So
I look at the P-Rod, and this is the problem that I have with it, it
doesn't look great. I get it.
It doesn't look great, one, because the what the is something that is very underappreciated for the original what does. When we was hopping on to resell the Kobe's, the KD's, those original what does are very underrated because every what the after that has been awful.
The models were also awful.
The last one that I only have one what the. It's the LeBron 16 what the, and that one's beautiful. The way they executed that one.
LeBron 16 what the.
I think it's the 16. Yeah,
pretty confident 16. That's whack too.
Nah. Let me see. That's the first shoe I ever bought resale.
Oh, that one sucks. It's not. You know what? You know what?
Look at both of them.
It doesn't suck.
I like that shoe.
The reason why it doesn't suck is just doesn't scream what the to me. That doesn't even compare to the other what the.
Oh, that shoe doesn't suck, but
it doesn't suck at all. It's just that typically with the what the. Now with the LeBron 16, the issue with the LeBron 16 is that no one really cared about it anyways. Typically with all the OG what the's, you can look at the what the and be ooh, that's the difference. That's the this. That's the that. I don't know what these are.
Yeah, so that's the difference between this and the old ones. They actually took all the upcoming colorways for the LeBron 16 and put them on one shoe. Yeah, so some of those when that came out before all of them. I think there's 5 or 6 different ones.
And that's ridiculous. That shoe shouldn't come out before all the other ones. One,
I don't know. He did something different.
2, no one's going to care about any of the LeBron 16s anyway unless you play basketball and stuff in them. So, no one's looking at this ooh, that's the whatever, 16. Yeah. When you looked at a Kobe
also Nike basketball was dead.
When you look, yes.
The only thing bringing Nike basketball back is retros and Kobe passing away. I mean,
I'm saying
what are we doing
just with the what the thing. When you looked at a Kobe what the, you'd be like, ooh, that's the leopard print, that's the sock dart print, that's the galaxy. That you could see the pieces in it. Even with the Jordan 4 that was like considered the what the or whatever, you could see the military 4, the white cement, you could see the stuff in it or whatever. Mm-hmm. These P-Rod, whatever, the what does or whatever, you talk about this. First of all, you might have been the first person.
But you're saying that he had his own model that people didn't care about as much as a dunk. Right. Yeah, I get it.
So then
people might not recognize it because they didn't care about P-Rods.
With you and sneakers, as long as I've been in sneakers for my entire life almost, I've never ever heard anybody discuss like George about color blocking. Never. I never paid it. It was just the color. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That matters a lot when it comes to things like that. The color blocking his stuff, his patterns and stuff were so unique on his original sneakers that you have to use that stuff judiciously. He used every single sneaker. Like the toe box got the Mexican blanket print.
It's a wrong place for that. Yes.
The placements of the stuff is incorrect, and he probably used too many. Now, I think the sneaker is one of those ones where like if you get it, you either gonna make a killing off of it or it's one of those things you gotta keep. I feel like if I got it, I'd have to keep unless it was selling for something gross. Like, there's a certain level of money where it's just, to me, it's irresponsible to keep if it's selling for a certain amount of money. That joint right there, to me, is like a must-have, but it's whack. Like, it doesn't even compare the original What the Dunk. Yeah. It blows that one out of the water. I mean, it
does. Yeah,
it's not even.
But it's because it was based on dunks, I think, right? As opposed to P-Rods,
right? And P-Rod didn't have SBs. I mean, he had SBs, but they weren't.
Yeah, he didn't dunk
SBs or whatever. So I think it's good or whatever. But like, I remember that time. You probably don't remember because you don't remember anything. But remember that time we were at work and I was getting into that crazy argument on Facebook with that guy about color blocking, and he said, and I said, the Yeezys 1 and 2s have some of the greatest color blocking of all time. I said, but the shoes they're whack. Yeah. They're whack shoes. We like them, but they're whack. Not the one. One is whack. 2, I could do something with it maybe. But to me, generally a whack shoe. But the color blocking of it makes you. I love the color blocking on a shoe. He said you can't love the color of a shoe without liking the shoe, and I was like,
the problem with Yeezys
whatsoever.
Yeah. The problem with Yeezys is you can't wear like modern stylish pants with them. You either have to wear super baggy pants, super baggy, or skin tight.
That's the problem I have with the 350s. Because I got a wide foot and I'm big. They look weird on me when I wear like anything.
So if you wear if you wear like straights or slim straights or whatever, like a normal stylized pant, you can't do it. It has to be like
sweatpants,
beyond baggies, or like skin tight.
Well, Yeezy
because that's what Kanye did. He wore skin tight leather pants and tucked the pants into the shoe. So that's why it was like, okay, it looks
baggy
alright.
Stuff like everything he wears is baggy now. So
yeah, I mean, look, I think Yeezy 2s.
The reason why it didn't work was because of that. You know? Well, I mean, I've never even considered that, but
I mean, I just saw Levine man on sneaker shopping wearing Red Octobers with shorts, and they're shorts. So I mean, obviously the proportions of stuff right now.
But he's also 6'6".
But color blocking. Who? No, not Levine.
You wear Balenciaga.
Oh, I'm talking about Adam Levine.
Adam Levine,
the Maroon 5 man.
Singer? Okay,
that's his name, right?
Oh, is he not? He
was on
tall too, isn't he, or no?
I don't know.
Is he?
I don't think he's that tall. I think he might be like 5'8".
He's skinny though. You either gotta be super skinny or 6'8". 6'6".
But like I was saying, man, the color blocking on stuff like that, it matters. Like color blocking matters on shoes that like people wouldn't even imagine.
Well, we know what Kanye's good at. I mean,
Kanye West has some of the greatest color blocking of all time on sneakers. Like. You can't. We've talked about it many times on this podcast. You can't put that color blocking on anything else without calling it a Yeezy something.
He's gone too far, obviously, but we know what he's doing. He's gone too far.
You know what the problem is?
And I don't mean too far with like that right there. I mean too far when you make 100 monotone shoes. We don't need that.
See, well,
I mean,
but I feel like he's
we don't need
like
that.
With these. Actually, these shoes match your fit perfectly. I just noticed that.
So the 700s that came out with that, or like it was a week apart.
Yeah.
I want the yellow sun ones or whatever. We both want those. But when those came in the mail, because I got that 700, the one that was like part of that pack or whatever, it didn't look right out of the box. Open the box, and I expected it to like kind of have the effect of
popcorn.
Well, just like when I opened Wave Runner box, I was like, oh shit, these are way better than I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't get the yellow sun ones.
Darker tones, that's why I like.
But the forest green too was like, why is this forest green on here? Like I understand Kanye trying to like do like patches or whatever, but this is the wrong color.
See, you can't appreciate Kanye color blocking stuff right now because there is too many. But we still have Kanye West still has some of those classic colorways. Zebra is his. Like, there's nothing, you can't make anything that black and white stacked to whatever without it being called a zebra. He still makes some iconic colorways. Right now he just has too many, so you can't really emphasize how great it is or whatever. So anyway, like I said, colorways on sneaker, color blocking, people need to really pay attention to that. Like, you can like the shoe as much as you want, but if the color blocking is off, and even with I'll talk about it now, even with the one that me, you, Rico, and Andy were arguing about in the thread, and me and you said the Clot Sakai with the OG LD waffle. You like it?
I like it.
It's whack. It's whack because the color blocking.
Which one? The one you have?
No, the one that me and you. No, the
Suns?
The Clot Vapor Waffle that's coming out.
Yeah.
Remember me, you, and Rico was arguing the thread. Andy and Rico thought it was fire. The OG Sakai model.
Oh, you talking about that has the Virginia Tech color blocking. That's trash.
Whack. It looked like a kid colored it. Like, it didn't look like somebody who understands colors and patterns made it. It's awful looking. Like, it's tacky.
You can't make that's literally East Bay cheerleader special. You can't color block a shoe with white or sail and then put those
orange and burgundy and all that.
I mean, it's literally a Virginia Tech PE. Now, you might be able to get away with it for more iconic colorway like Knicks or Lakers. Even Lakers probably would look bad, to be honest, but Knicks or Bulls, maybe, something that's more in the color palette. But fam, they're literally, who wears Virginia Tech colors? And we were saying that. Ricardo started pulling out all this orange shirts and orange Eric Emanuel shorts. Fam, nobody got that.
Fam, nobody got that. Come on, it has a clear toe box, right? So
not those ones.
I think so.
It's just the netting.
Oh, it's netting?
Yeah.
I thought it was a clear toe box.
Mine is netting on the ones I got.
No, I thought that for the Clot thing, it was clear. That's what I thought.
The Air Max 1. Yeah, Air Max 1
not the Sakai waffle.
I thought the pictures I saw, because I looked at
unless they put a clear box on this, but I doubt
they were.
Nah.
Because if you look there, so you can kind of see
it's just the netting.
Orange.
It's just
so it's clear. Sort of clear.
Them joints suck.
I mean, I'm not mad at it, but then again, I wear
I think it's
just the type
awful.
of shoe I wear.
Them is tacky. I have no idea what you would wear with that whatsoever. You'd have to wear, like you said, Marcus Vick and Michael Vick jersey. Who else with the Virginia Tech? Work done?
No, Florida State.
Oh, Florida State, you right. What else come out?
God. Oh, just one.
I mean, they've had a lot of NFL players, but I don't know if they've had any superstars besides, or name recognition besides those two.
Dante Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that DB who got his leg broke by Dreadman, who plays for the Cardinals now. What's his name? Wide receiver, Dreadman. Number 1 receiver. Hopkins.
Oh, Hopkins. Yeah.
They got that clip from Hard Knocks or whatever.
Yeah, Hard Knocks.
He was talking all that trash, and Hopkins was
juked up.
He went like this.
You want to talk about karma instantly? That was one of the. I love that. What else come out?
Last one, Yeezy Quantum Flash Orange.
Nope. Until they make a Quantum a different color, besides just adding a little accent in between that little.
You just do a Sharpie.
Come on, you gotta do something.
I don't think the shoe was that nice. I had one of the early, not the first colorway, but I had one of the early colorways, and I opened the box. Maybe the basketball one's better, but
I thought it was pretty good.
There's too much neoprene in there for that to be a $250 shoe or whatever.
I like the shoe.
Put some materials in there that are worth it.
It's not constructed well, in my opinion. The way it looks coming out, it looks cheap when you look at it up close. You've had them in hand though, right?
Yeah,
you've seen them in hand.
They suck.
Oh, so they look cheap in hand.
Now maybe he makes a second version of it, he does with all his other shoes. It'd be better, but
but they use literally the same materials except for this.
I thought they was alright.
I like the shoe. I wear it, but I just wear the Quantums and the Bariums too.
You got everything.
Nah,
you do.
Nah,
you got Quantum and Barium. Quantum and Bariums look exactly the same.
I know. I wanted it. I had to get the biggest size.
I haven't
bought another pair since.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get these
until they're a different color. Nah, and maybe a low top one day or something. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what Kanye's doing now, anyways. If anybody, I find it amazing how influential Kanye was when it came to his own product and other product. You don't even see Kanye anymore. I couldn't tell you if he a new Yeezy had come out.
Well, but also he got divorced, so it's
Well, I mean, even before that, we didn't see the new blue.
He would still be on social media though,
but
in his warehouse or whatever, putting all them colors up.
No, but we would be oh, he got on the zebras. You don't see him.
You're talking about just people taking pictures of
him. Right, you don't see him wearing stuff. Now, I think I've seen him more in the slides and the wave the foam runners than any other Yeezy.
He's chilling.
Nothing or whatever.
They suck. Matter of fact, thoughts? Foam runners.
Oh, no, never.
Slides are just slides, so it is what it is.
But. 450s, which are actually, they're cozy, but I had to go whole full size up. So I knew they were going to.
Oh, that's the one that looks like a
sock with
dinosaur
the claws
foot or whatever claw. Yeah.
Oh, that was tight.
They're very tight.
They're too expensive. They're very tight.
$200. I mean, they're too. Yeah, for what it's made out of.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
no,
120. Them is fire.
Yeah,
you're not getting it for that.
I know that, but I'm saying if it was retail 120, I would have tried. Them joints are what, 2 something?
Retail 200.
Them joint is a sock with a on fire or whatever that stuff is coming up the side, monkey paw, whatever it is.
Sock, yes, white fire.
Yeah, they're comfortable though. I ain't gonna lie. I did it on foot with them and they're comfortable. I'm gonna sell them. I'm not gonna keep those joints, but the first one, the cloud white ones that came out, they're
God, that smoke.
Like they don't look good on big feet. Like if you have I have wide foot, and it looks like it's busting. It looks like it's busting out of a sock, and it just looks crazy. But regular feet and people who are into like the sock looking type of shoes like that, go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I don't wear
somebody had tagged me. I don't know if he was at the game or if it was on social media, but somebody was going to like a Knicks game or something, and they had Tim's on, and the foot was like. You know how like this, if you don't tie your laces and you put your foot and you kind of like walking on your ankle, the shoe will go down. Fam, somebody sent me that from New York, like one of our listeners. Looked like flapjacks.
First of all, if you could do that in a Tim,
what, the tongue?
That's crazy.
No, the side of the shoe. So like
he wasn't wearing Tims. There's no way. Tims are way more structured than there's no way he could do that to a Tim.
Unless they were old pair or something like.
Them joints might have been the original pair.
You're walking and this part of the shoe is hitting the ground instead of the.
Nah, there's no way in a Tim.
Oh, that's a wide. Fam. You got a wide foot.
Nah, there's no way in a Tim.
Wide foot.
Fam.
He was wearing like some Stacey Adams boots.
They might have been knockoffs, but
but
Tim's are wide though. I have to go a size down, half a size down.
Oh yeah, usually. I gotta go a full size down in Tim's. Yeah. I go down to about 8.5, 9 in those. Yeah.
Flapjacks.
I think that's it for releases. I couldn't think of anything else.
So I'm 24th.
Breanna Stewart signed with PUMA.
God bless her.
Does it matter?
You know what's crazy is when she came out of college, I knew she was good, but I didn't think she was going to be the best player in the world.
She was fire.
But I didn't think she was going to be the best player, like by far the best player. It's not even close. She won.
I'm a huge Breanna Stewart fan.
Didn't they win WNBA championship? And then she went to Russia and they won Russia championship.
She's won 2 championships with WNBA with Seattle. Like, I'm a huge Breanna Stewart fan, all right? Now, her side of the pool, because everybody's like, yo, you got to talk about this, because it's the first woman who's had a signature sneaker.
Yeah, I sent it to you too.
In 10 years, in 10 years. What was funny is I was like, is this the first white woman athlete to have a sneaker? Now, I'm not trying to make any more history for white people, but I'm just saying, like, because I was like, when has there been I've never seen a white woman with a signature sneaker. There's only like 5 black women with one.
We didn't have social media back when like swoops and stuff is.
That don't count. She ain't no athlete.
I don't think she has a
She had a PUMA, I thought.
Oh, really?
She was signed with PUMA.
Yeah, I mean,
she was signed with PUMA.
So does Tiana Taylor, and so did.
They didn't have a signature sneaker.
Rihanna or whatever. Or no, wasn't.
No. Athlete. It's strictly
Cardi B got one with a Reebok, right? So,
yeah, but I'm saying they had like an exclusive shoe, but not a SIG. Okay. Anyways. Maybe we overestimated how many shoes Nike sold of like swoops or whatever back in the day, but to me, it seemed like swoops was women flying, kids wearing them.
But I think they were.
Why did they stop? I'm saying like social media didn't exist, so we don't know if like Nike's bottom line actually was good or not. Right. Well, why did they stop making women's shoes? Because swoops was fire. Did they lose that designer or?
Well, I mean, they only had 2 swoops? I think it was 2 swoops models. And it was like, but see, that was the whole thing. And you know what? I
mean, Maya Moore got Jordans, but she didn't get SIG,
she didn't get SIG. You know what? Let me say this. So, Breanna Stewart signing with PUMA. I'm a huge Breanna Stewart fan. Connecticut. I mean, she's won MVP, Finals MVP, 2 champions. Like, I like her as a basketball player. But let me explain something to you. I don't care. Like, I can't care about her signing with PUMA because PUMA has to make me care. We talked about it last week. PUMA. Fam, you got the first woman basketball player with the signature sneaker in 10 years, and I feel like they're depending on everybody else to, like, care about it. Like, if you ain't gonna have no commercials, if you ain't about to get the sneaker for men, if you ain't about to do and go all out, no one's gonna care about this.
J. Cole had an album come out and played in a professional game in the same week, and I don't think PUMA did anything. Did they do anything?
I didn't see anything additional for it.
He played in a professional basketball game in his signature shoe,
in a brand new league, in his signature shoe,
and dropped the album.
And I didn't see nothing.
Puma said nothing.
They don't. So when it comes to like you said, that's a good.
Somebody said it on Twitter who listens to the show, by the way. So I'm not trying to take credit because I liked his tweet, but he didn't say the Puma part, but he said the other part, and I'm just bringing the Puma to it.
But the point that you made about with swoops and all that is a phenomenal point because. It was like, why'd you stop making them? It ain't like women stopped playing basketball or whatever. What it was like, we ain't making no more swoops.
And the swoops were fire.
They were dope, especially for that time. And they retroed last year. One of them did last year, and then one did the year before, I believe. But we go back to Jordan Brand. Jordan Brand has the that one model that I like. You called it the Great PE.
Oh yeah, the one's coming out this week, by the way.
Yeah, it's
women's first women.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah.
Fam,
but that's not the fact. But I'm talking about the other swoops with the
I know what you're talking about.
Or whatever.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that's how women were basketball wise and sneaker wise. That Jordan sneaker is called Women's Jordan. It's not even a name. They were just Women Jordan. You can't even come up with anything creative for it, whatever. When it comes to when it comes to women and sneaker brands, it's women are at the bottom no matter what the brand is, to me. Because the sport comes first, unless you're the king of that sport.
Who is this? So I've seen her do...
There's tiers.
I've seen her do stuff before, interviews or whatever.
Yeah, because
I guess she's kind of entertaining person, but I kind of feel like none of them have... The only player I can think of that is really out there, and I don't mean out there out the closet, but you know what I mean? Out here, is Sue Bird, and that's because she's married to Megan Rapinoe. So it's
and she's a coach in the NBA.
Right, but I'm saying the Rapinoe angle, because of how big the U.S. women's national team is, helps Sue Bird get more pub.
Right.
But I kind of feel like none of the other WNBA players... Do we even know if any of them have personality?
I mean, I listen to some of them on ESPN, and they got podcasts and stuff like that. There are some that do, whatever, but they're not put out there enough for us to be entertained by them or understand them. Look,
I'm sure plenty of them are funny or whatever.
I will tell you this.
It's like anything else. Athletes and stuff, some of them got jokes.
I hate to be that person, but when it comes to things like this, you're going to have to make me care. You just are. I watch the WNBA. I like the WNBA. It doesn't bother me. I just like basketball. I just like sport or whatever. But when you do something this big, and you even talk about the J. Cole thing, if you don't do nothing for that, J. Cole is Breonna Stewart might be the most successful person on Puma ever, besides Isaiah Thomas and whoever has the OG Ralph Sampson or somebody. We're talking about Breonna. They got LaMelo Ball in there now, but she's the most decorated player probably on Puma right now. You're not gonna do anything for it, no commercials, no nothing, something big. It can't just be on Soul Collector, Sneaker News. Wow, look at that, that's cool. Make a few headlines here and there.
There's only people who would care about it if that's all you do is sneakerheads. That's not that big of a market.
They've announced a shoe yet?
No, but a signature sneaker is going to come with it. And now maybe they do have plans for it, but like I said, but Puma to me, and this is just not even with this situation.
Wait, what was the last Puma thing we talked about? Didn't someone take over as their executive or creative director? We haven't heard nothing about that since that happened.
That was Adidas. With Lorenzo took over Adidas basketball.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that was Adidas? I thought.
But we talked about Puma the other week when I said that Puma has some fire stuff to me, but they don't care to tell me about it and act big.
Yeah, no, I remember that conversation, but I meant I thought someone was hired as their creative director, but that was Lorenzo man is Adidas?
Adidas basketball. He does Adidas basketball now. So
I haven't heard nothing about that either. So
we talked about it on here.
No, I haven't heard nothing since then about him making anything.
You know what it is? But if you follow him on social media, they're in there. They're working. And one of his head designers has been doing interviews with other podcasts. But you got to tease something to get people hype. You got to do the last or the he's doing
materials or something. Swatches.
He's doing it's basketball. So he has the basketball division.
People care about basketball.
So he's going to design their general releases, not the signature shoes?
He's going to make some new stuff and how about with the other stuff?
I know he's collaborating with Kanye.
So a lot of it is supposed to be in the upcoming NBA season.
That's going to be dope. Because Jerry worked with him on some of his fashion stuff back in the day.
Yeah, but tired of Kanye, man. Make something new. Get a new person.
I don't know if I can be tired of Kanye because Kanye's not around. It's not a... tired of Kanye came with him.
His stuff is around, though. Too much of it.
Yeah, but it is too much of it. Like, I mean, 350s are clearly going to be a forever thing. Like, I mean, this...
I think so.
350s, what, V2 came out 4 or 5 years ago? I mean, them joints are still coming out strong. They're retroing V50. Like, they're coming out with the blue tint soon. They retroed Zebras, what, 3-4 times? They retroed...
This is re-releasing.
That's a bottom line thing. That's financial.
Though.
That's financial.
You're right. It's strategy, but...
Yeah.
No, they just got to get out of the red at some point during the year, and so they do wave runners and zebras.
See, I like the way they do that, like because
it's good for the customer. Yeah,
it is good for the customer because you have a second chance to get it and not worry about resale if you don't want to go that
fifth
direction.
chance to get it.
Fifth or sixth, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
You know, but something does new need to come out, you know, with Kanye, and he has, but it just wasn't as
the last person I want, the last 3 people I want to see Jerry Lorenzo head working with is Don Ugly, Kanye, or Virgil. That's the last 3.
Don't see them exist anymore.
Okay, good. I don't want them to exist. So. I don't want. Honestly, like, why not let why don't you get DJ Khaled to help? Now, I'm not saying DJ Khaled has any skill, but who knows? Like, somebody.
Nah.
I mean, I would not. You could do You could do one shoe with somebody like that. You don't got to do the whole thing.
Nah, I'd be mad if that happened.
Why?
Because I'm just sick and tired of everybody getting these opportunities to do things.
All right, that's a different argument.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Jerry, I am excited for whatever Jerry Lorenzo's going to do with Adidas. I'm like, ooh, this might be dope. Because one thing about, like you said, we talked about Nike earlier. No one can ever. But
I would be less excited if Kanye is helping them. Like, just let Jerry Lorenzo do it and get, like I said, get someone who's hasn't done it before. Who's like maybe not DJ Khaled, but you know what I mean. Like someone who's not. Yeah. Someone who might
designers. Be... I need designers.
Unless you're talking about new designers who's like fresh and whatever, then cool. But no, I don't need Kanye again.
No. I don't want a recycle of stuff. You're right. Like, I'm not, like, I don't need a Kanye to do anything else anymore.
You know who we should get? Because I think he already went to Adidas, or maybe he's a free agent. Eric Ivar. Eric Ivar did the whole Kobe line. Get him to help you at Adidas basketball. That would be fire.
There's a lot of people that they could go out there and get, but there's like this stigma.
Or Jason Petrie. I don't know if Petrie still works at Nike, but that's the one who did all the early LeBrons.
All that stuff.
Get Jason Petrie or Eric Ivar. Now, I don't know what it would cost to pay one of them to go there, or if they still work with Nike and have non-compete or whatever, but fam.
There's a lot of things that could be explored out there. I mean, there's a lot of young, new designers and people out there. My whole thing is that you gotta freshen it up. You gotta use new people. I can't think of the guy's name who is doing some of the stuff with Jerry Lorenzo for Fear of God with Adidas or whatever. But I watched him do other podcasts and stuff, and he's like a designer, marketer type person, and I just like him. Like, he's fresh. He's been around for a little bit. But I can't think of his name. I think it's Jason something. I can't remember. But you know, in that situation, like I said back with PUMA, I have to care about it. LaMelo is a good starting point to care because he's cool, you know. I guess he's 19. You know, he ain't cool to me.
He's goofy, but people love him. So
Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, but Kyle Kuzma sucks.
He got a personality though.
What's his personality?
He's just different. Like,
he has
kids
zero
like
personality.
That shit.
What's his personality?
I think he got personality, but it's just aloof.
He's dating that model that with the
That can't be personality. That's just I'm rich.
just saying, like, those people, like, he has
he has a social media presence.
Oh, you know who he is? He's like Nick Young. What's Nick Young? Swaggy
Nick Young had personality.
That's what I'm saying. Kuzma's the new him.
No, but Kuzma has to talk.
Well, I mean, I think he's doing that on social media. No. I mean, he's just not a superstar, so it's like you're not going to give him a lot of chances on like ESPN and stuff.
Nick Young.
I think he's more humble. That's because you play next to LeBron, and LeBron had probably humbled him a lot. I'm sure he'd be more outspoken if Lonzo was still there. And all those guys.
Nick Young and Kyle Kuzma are night and day. Night and day. Okay.
No,
now
don't do that.
With weird style and fashion. Cool. Like, okay, I get that. But Swaggy P would find his way to be in an interview and on TV and talking.
Yeah, that's different.
I mean, he has.
But don't say it's like this. I mean,
it's night and day.
It's
not. I couldn't tell you what Kuzma's voice sounds like. I couldn't even tell you what he talks about. I can't tell you what he does. Now, on social media, sure, he wears funky clothes and colors his hair, and I think he might have an earring that hangs down. I don't know. He has, like, the cool elements that puts him together as, like, cool in L.A.
Yeah, but that's all that matters, though. I think that's all that matters. You don't have to have that.
Kyle Kuzma most likely won't be a Laker next year. Most likely.
They just signed him to an extension.
Well, it depends. Well, hold on.
Nothing.
It depends.
That means nothing. Because you know what?
It depends.
No.
It depends if they win the championship.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because you know what? No, it doesn't. No.
Yeah, it does.
Where you come up with this stuff?
Fam. Let me tell you
Well,
why.
that's the whole point of the show.
No.
Yeah, okay.
We can say whatever we want.
Kyle Kuzma, I guarantee, will not be a Laker next year.
No, you can't guarantee it.
I can guarantee it. I can tell you the reason why. He's had 3 opportunities to where, all right, man, show us what you can do.
I think he's done that this year.
What?
Being a role player.
He was whack. You had both your stars out.
Yeah.
If there is no bigger time to shine and y'all end up in the play-ins, come on. No. You're out of here. He's out of here.
Yeah, they were looking for him to be a scorer. Like, say if you like this year, he was playing tons of defense, but then you have like this Dennis Schroeder guy, and then you get Andre Drummond, and you have these different pieces that you have to figure out how to work with.
Drummond has played in like 16 games. Got hurt for 3. Maybe he played 20 games. No, he's been there for about 24 games. Was hurt for about 6. Maybe that might be too many. Hurt for about 6. He got hurt in the very first game he came in. That's what Shooter has been in and out of the lineup. 1, 2, inconsistent. 3, and been out for like the last 10 games or whatever. He's back now.
Kyle Kuzma's fault though? Like
no. It's not his fault.
Wait, but why do you think he's not going to be there? I guess
because this is the 3rd opportunity for him to shine and lift. Like, okay, you know what? Everybody
we
hurt.
know he's not a superstar.
I think he's content with that.
He's a role player. What does that mean? He's going to leave? He's a role player.
He's not even good at role player. He doesn't.
I don't know his numbers, but he's a decent player.
He scores less now. He gets more rebounds. Plays better defense. He's shown some leadership attributes there. And while LeBron was as far as speaking of, I guarantee.
But I
watch all the Lakers stuff, so I see
watch
what he's been doing.
I guarantee.
You do know that NBA teams need role players too, right? Like, it's not all stars.
No. Kyle Kuzma was like
Danny. No, he wasn't. Fam, I remember
after Summer League and UNLV, it was like
stop.
They got one.
Go back further. I remember Kyle Kuzma when he was a sophomore in college. I think as a senior he averaged like 10 points a game.
Facts.
No one thought he was going to be anything.
No one. That's Summer League.
Okay,
but he's playing a different role now. He's not a scorer.
So that's the point. If he was mid in college and now he's like, he's kind of good, then he improved. Like, what do you?
But his game changed. His game changed a lot. He's not.
If he can just be Danny Green, you got a successful player.
Danny Green is better than Kyle Kuzma.
He might be. I'm just saying, like,
not at this point in his career.
Well, Danny Green's about 36 now.
If he can just be Danny Green, that's what NBA teams need. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to have role players.
Kyle Kuzma on PUMA.
I never looked at Kyle Kuzma like, he got to be a star.
But they have. I think the athletes.
No, why?
Kyle Kuzma and Ingram at that point in time were supposed to be.
Ingram's talent level is so beyond Kyle Kuzma's talent level that
when they were
talking about dichotomy.
Now, when they were both in the Lakers, they were like
about the same. Yeah,
they're about the same.
That's different.
And they played with Kobe.
That's two.
And when Kobe was out and hurt, neither one of them took over anything.
That's two young thoughts coming to the NBA and fighting over shots. If you're talking about
Kuzma did play with Kobe.
No, he got drafted in 2017. He came in the same draft as Lonzo.
Stop it. You talking about someone whose talent? You talking about someone whose talent level is to the ceiling, and someone whose talent level is like you were mid and now you exceeded expectations. Those people are in the same category. That's like talking about. Listen, Wiggins obviously didn't pan out in Minnesota, but
Wiggins is better than Kyle Kuzma.
Can I make my point first? You're not going to compare. You're not going to compare Andrew Wiggins and. What's Suns man? Cameron Johnson. Like, Cameron Johnson's better than we expected, but you're not going to compare those two players. That's the same thing with Ingram and Kuzma. They're not in the same talent sphere.
Kyle Kuzma has been on the Lakers for 5 years now?
Yeah. But he's been called on to do so many different things as a Laker.
Like what?
Like settling in with LeBron, being the only person left from that whole big trade, all that stuff. And you're talking about
LeBron.
He was like,
you need role players. Who cares?
I'm just saying.
He's not a good role player.
He's embraced it this year though. The numbers show it. You know, he's doing he's not shooting the best he has, but at the end of the day, defensively, doing what he has to do coming off the bench.
Nobody has ever brought up Kyle Kuzma defensively.
Well, look,
no one
now he's that guy. He seems to be more that guy than what he was years ago.
Somebody else.
No, I'm asking you why you're saying that.
But you're looking at him differently. I think you're looking at him differently.
I'm not looking at him to score 25 a game. I don't need him to do that. He's a role player.
He did it a couple of weeks.
See, you guys are describing
like 25, 30 or something.
You guys are describing Kyle Kuzma on the court with the stars.
No,
he's had.
LeBron wasn't there when this happened.
But I understand that. But why do you need him? I'm saying, why is your expectation higher? I don't get it.
Oh, no. Okay.
Like, your expectation of Ingram being high, I get it, because Ingram's talent is like one of the top 10 talents in the NBA.
No. People don't act like they don't have Kuzma as like in the very high regard.
Who is they? What are you talking about? Like ESPN writers and stuff?
So sports. All
I don't care about like Nick FS1 Nick.
They hold Kyle Kuzma in higher regards
Sway Billis
than other people.
Bayless.
And what it is, and Kuzma, it's still based on like the potential.
No, I think people talk about him like that because he's on the Lakers, and that's the same thing with like they did with Lonzo.
He's shown flashes.
No,
they got rid of Lonzo. They got rid of Lonzo. He was a point guard. They didn't even have a point guard.
Think about the Knicks and the Lakers. They talk about players more on those teams just because they're on those teams. If Kuzma went to Utah, the Jazz, nobody would talk about him like this. They would just be like, oh, he's a solid role player in the NBA. He'll play 15 years.
Yeah. No.
If he plays 15 years, he had a successful career.
I give Kyle Kuzma the benefit of the doubt when he's on the court with somebody like a LeBron and higher, bigger personalities. I give him the benefit of the doubt of that. But when those people go out, who on the Lakers should you expect to score? LeBron was out almost the entire year 2 years ago.
I get
Who's up next?
But he's always been...
No. Who's up next to score?
Well, Ingram was there then.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
Okay, and both of them was whacked in.
But why
this year?
But why is your expectation of him so high? I just don't.
No. There's a pecking order. There's the first, second, third option.
Okay.
But he's always been a streaky scorer. Like, goes back to his rookie year. The dude put up 31 nights.
He's not doing enough. He's not doing enough to win. You can't go get something better.
Now, look, when you complain, listen.
I'd rather have Duncan Robinson.
When you complain about Fultz, that's 100% warranted because Fultz was #1 pick. He was whack. I get it.
That's a little different.
But when you put in this expectation on Kuzma, I just don't understand it. No, right. That's the point I was trying to make.
He's gotten better.
He got injured, but he embraced what he really is as a player because he knows, like, you know what, I'm not going to shoot 40% from three. I probably need to work on it. He got to get psychologically his stuff together.
Fultz's career might be over now.
Serious?
No,
he's still in Orlando?
Hold on.
I can't remember.
He got injured. I think he's been out all season. But yeah,
he was.
He was actually playing like a top 6, top 7 NBA roster player.
You view him psychologically when he first came. He had psychological issues with playing in the NBA and basketball. He's coming off of a major injury now, knee injury. Psychologically, he's gonna be. It's gonna take him some time.
He's almost in vet territory. So I think he's adjusted. He just gotta come back harder.
What? 3 years?
4 years now. Right?
Look, man.
There's been a lot of busts in the NBA, but he's not one of them because he got his shit together.
Lonzo was there with the Lakers, gone. Ingram was there with the Lakers.
Lonzo has been solid, though. I think Lonzo's a solid player.
Lonzo got better when they started talking about trading him. That's when he was like, okay, I better turn it up. Then he started balling.
But see, you having high expectations for him makes sense, though. He was #2 pick.
Yeah.
That makes sense if you had high expectations of him. Or Ingram.
You got to think about something else, though. Like you're talking about top 1, 2, 3 picks. Look at back in the day. Some of these dudes are out the league in 2 years. I just don't look at Kuzma like that. Probably because I watched Kuzma as a sophomore in college, and he was terrible.
Either way, Kuzma won't.
Like, they would put him on the floor, and he was a liability in college as a sophomore. So I don't look at Kuzma as like
Lonzo.
He's not saving a franchise.
Won't be a Pelican unless they get a new coach. Then he'll be a Pelican. Kuzma will not be a Laker anymore. Period. There are better role players out there. Period.
But then why would they sign him for so much if he didn't have value on the trade market? What are they going to do? Just waive him?
Sign him.
Like, what are they going to do with him?
Yeah, he'll have some value.
Yeah, but I think, if he goes somewhere, if he's a starter and he builds that confidence level up where he could lead a team or something, I think he's a 25
why would you assume
and
that?
3 guy to me.
Why would you assume that he would go somewhere else and be able to lead a team?
He never had that opportunity.
The argument that LeBron was out the entire year one year. He didn't do it. LeBron was out this year and AD was out. He still didn't do it.
I don't view Kuzma like that. I think he's going to be what he is now on whatever team he's on.
You got LeBron and AD now. You know, he never played. I don't think
what's
the
point I'm trying to make.
But it was all young dudes when he was first there. You know,
he was out there playing with Harrell.
Who?
What's his name? Homeboy. Dreadlock man. Harrell. Right, this year.
Oh, this year. Oh, yeah. I know.
Harrell, Blonde Streak.
Montrez.
Yeah, Montrez. Blonde Streak, German Schroeder. Whatever the homeboy came out of the D League, whatever his name is, TCH, whatever they call him. THT. Fam, he's out there with people that I don't consider should be better than him.
Is nice, man. He's
like,
nice.
Come on. And you know what? And that's why Kuzma be gone, because he's nice.
But he's a point guard, though. They need shooters, and Kuzma has been a solid He's going to be a solid 3-and-D guy.
Look for Kuzma.
That's exactly my point. Shot. So I'm trying to look the name up.
Danny.
Nah.
His stat line going to be like 9, 5, and
Covington.
3.
That's what Kuzma should be, is Robert Covington.
He's not even close to being as good as him.
No, I'm saying that's what he should be. You should look at him as like Robert Covington, not like as like.
But he's not even that.
Fine, that's not the point. I'm saying you shouldn't look at him like he's like Ingram. You should look at him like he should be like Robert Covington or Danny Green.
Robert Covington averages about 18 a game. Robert Covington's good.
You saying Kuzma can't average 18 a game? I mean,
no.
Didn't he average 17 or something?
Well, why not? 18 in the NBA is not that much no more. You complain about how many points the NBA scores all the time.
So, what does Kuzma average right now?
Fam, 18 is not that much.
11? I think he shoots about what? 44% from the field? 38?
I'm just saying.
From 3, about 26?
The expectation for Kuzma should be lower. It shouldn't be like.
So he averages for his career 15 a game. He's averaged 12, 6, and 2.
Tuh.
Yeah, that's a stat. That's a good stat. That's better than Danny Green.
That's
better than Danny Green for this season. 12.
Danny Green's
13,
40.
6, and 2 assists. So
if you made a top 20 role player list, he wouldn't be on your role player list.
With 12 points a game?
Who?
And 6
in the
rebounds?
NBA, you mean?
If you made a top 20 role players,
that's actually, you know what? That's actually, that should be a top 10 next week or 2 weeks.
Because there is no way.
That should be a top 10. You can call in.
Kyle Kuzma isn't better than RJ Barrett.
Oh, no, he ain't going to make it.
Yeah, but RJ Barrett's a number 2, 3 pick. Top talent level is different. No, it does matter.
Kyle Kuzma in Summer League averaged about 28 a game. He
what is that,
balled
Summer League?
out. Don't do that.
Come on, man. So did Lonzo. So do a lot of dudes.
You're talking about a completely different level of basketball.
Some dudes win NCAA champions back to back, and they don't make the NBA.
10 guys are on the court, and 2 make the rosters. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean?
You can't say
Kyle Kuzma is a PUMA athlete, and it doesn't matter.
Of course it doesn't, because it's PUMA.
And because it's Kyle Kuzma. RJ Barrett is a PUMA athlete. It doesn't matter, but this is the opportunity to make it matter. PUMA should be at the very top of level of advertising argument. Like crazy right now.
RJ Barrett was considered the number 1 overall player in his high school class every single year until he got drafted 3rd or whatever it was. So that's a different talent level. You can't have the RJ Barrett expectation for Kyle Kuzma.
You can't.
Well, first of all, you just told me if he went to another team, he'd average 25 and lead a team.
No, I said he could if he.
You can't have that expectation. He can't.
He could if he had the opportunity.
And I said I disagree with that.
You got to give somebody a chance to do something. Like you're not going to do that with LeBron and AD sitting right next to you on the bench.
No. LeBron and AD sitting in uniform next to you on the bench. Cool. LeBron and AD sitting in street clothes on the bench. Give me the ball.
Well, they do that.
And then he what? Misses. Air balls. I've seen some of the most amazing
the way he's been playing his whole career in the NBA. Very streaky, but he did come out.
The only reason why you can't say
the only reason put up 20 a couple of nights.
George's point is that you just can't call him a bust, and you can't say
he'll play 15 years in the league. You can't call someone a bust who plays 15 years in the NBA.
Oh, I would never call anybody a bust. Like I just.
Oh yeah, you would.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would. Who? Sneaker man.
Who?
Sneaker.
Peter Tucker.
Sneakers.
He ain't no bust.
What is that? What is he? I'm like,
you can't call him a bust because he didn't get drafted. I mean, he had zero expectation.
I never understood that. You go.
I don't hate
every other episode of the show here. Talking about him like
Kuzma averaged 18 a game 2 years ago.
I don't hate PJ Tucker. That was the year LeBron was out.
Yeah, but you said he couldn't do that.
They lost like 100 games. Look,
just a role player.
No, PJ Tucker. I don't hate PJ Tucker. I hate all the sneaker publications that fantasize over. I was like, come on, man. Like, he's rich. I would too.
Well, it's not so much that. He's also not a good player. Like, yes, he's a solid defender, junkyard dog, whatever you want to call it.
That's debatable.
Team glue man.
Yeah.
But he's not a good. Well, he's not
good enough to care that he's wearing Yeezy 2 on the court. If I was the coach, I'd be like, fam, you know what? Maybe if you played in basketball,
like no one cares what JJ Redick is wearing. You know what I mean? Like it's the same level of player, like a role player.
I mean, like he's I think he's
having
a
shtick as a professional basketball player is insane to me.
Having a what?
A shtick.
Oh,
because I'm sneaker man. I'm like, fam, don't you want to be interviewed by ESPN one day? Like, he had a great game.
How many years has he been in the league?
He been there for a while.
14.
First of all, he has one of the greatest NBA stories of all time, how he got into the league. One of the greatest. I'll never take that from him. Nice guy, I'm sure. Sure he's a great man.
Yeah, Kuzma's all right. Kuzma's 55% true shooting percentage. I mean, he's not great, but he's a role player.
Trade bait.
For what? For who? Who's trading for Kuzma? Now, last year he was bad.
With that salary?
He had a negative VORP last year, so he was bad. But this year he's got positive VORP. He's all right.
Because he changed. He's scoring. He's taking less shots.
MVP.
He's playing more defense.
We got to talk about MVP.
Okay. Well, let's do upcoming sneakers and we'll talk about the stuff at that. Clot, Sakai, VaporMax, waffle things, whatever. Not VaporMax. Clot, Sakai, waffles we talked about that you looked up, Virginia Tech. Those suck.
Okay.
I'm not looking forward to them.
I'll take a lot of pictures of those when I get them.
People are stuck on the model. The model to me is already a classic silhouette. I love the shoe when you put it on your feet. It's something in hand you look at, you be like, you put it on your foot, fire.
I never had one.
Love the shoe. LeBron 8 retro sprites. Everybody said that to me.
I saw that. I don't like them.
You don't like them?
I mean, I never. Okay, number one, I wasn't really.
Right.
In my stories, I haven't been really into sneakers like that until like 2018, 19. But when I looked those up, when you sent me the thing, and I was like, they look kind of. They're blue, right? They're blue.
Yeah,
I was looking at the right shoe. Low, right?
Sprite
Everybody said to me because they thought it was funny that
they're fired,
we
but
talked
am I
about
buying
it.
Them?
Well, we talked about it because I was like Miami Knights, and I said, "But what if they retro sprites or
I don't remember my reaction.
Solar Reds?"
Watch, but.
And we said, we might, whatever. And it's weird that it was like after we talked about that, they're coming out in June.
Yeah,
I might buy these.
I'm a cop them because
I think I'm gonna buy these
because you got a YouTube channel.
Well, I like the LeBron.
And you play basketball.
I buy a bunch. Those LeBron Palmer 18 lows are amazing.
Oh yeah, I saw you wearing those.
Those are dope, man. Like I didn't think that they would be that high.
He likes them a lot.
So. I have a size 12 if you want them because I had to go size up.
I would never wear them.
You never wear them? They look amazing. They're so
amazing is a strong word.
I think the only LeBron low now, if I went back and it was didn't even release, and he doesn't like that I bring it up all the time, but the War Vet one is the only one that I think I would wear.
That colorway or the model? Because you had that LeBron model.
Yeah, no, the colorway. That's the only one that I would like go out of my way to wear.
Shoes?
I wouldn't say that.
You don't like camo shoes?
Well, how many camo shoes are there? I mean, Bape stuff. Really, that's it.
I got France Air Max 97s, all camo.
Wasn't it Supreme?
They did a pack. It was a pack with all different colored camos. How many camo shoes really are there? I mean,
BW is quite a bit.
Now, they put a lot of camo shoes. Or at least
you name like 10. That's not a lot. I mean, like compared to like 10 out of all the shoes ever. I mean, like,
there's not a lot of Solar Red sneakers.
There's a million Solar Red. Yes, there is.
I'm these Retro 8 LeBron sprites. I would cop those. I don't want to pay retail because I think retail on these are what, 180, 200. I don't want to pay. Yeah, I don't want to pay that. But I would like to get a pair of these for like $77.47.
47 cents.
Air Max 1 Travis Scott's. Everybody been posted
I like
the pictures.
New pictures. Yeah.
Fire.
Those are dope.
To me, they suck.
Them joints are absolutely
Did you see the foot pictures? The real ones?
Yeah, they suck to me.
I only saw the back, but I like Air Max 1s.
I love Air Max 1s. I think they suck. But I think the Jordan 1 lows suck too, and you got mad at me about that. So
I had those. I didn't like them.
Well, with the brown ones?
The Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Okay. I sold them.
I like those, but the new pictures of the ones with fragment.
Them joints are fire.
They suck to me.
Those, I don't like either one.
The high is whack. The low is way better.
It sucks to me.
This Travis Scott Air Max 1 is exactly what a collaboration sneaker should be. Like it.
Meaning?
It doesn't look like an Air Max 1 whatsoever. The sole is an Air Max 1, but the shoe itself up top looks nothing like Air Max 1, but it's an Air Max 1 silhouette. That's how a collaboration should be. I look at it and I'm like, wow, they put in some different laces, they put some little accents, some things around it, switch the spools, add a little panel to it. It's something better.
Collabs we love is aren't like that though. What do you mean?
I know that, but I'm over that. First of all, Air Max 1s, there's just too many of them.
You're not over. If Dion and them make a New Balance shoe, you're not over it. We're copping. I'm sorry. Well, don't do that then.
Then the only New Balances we cop. So it doesn't matter.
We cop Kith. No, we sold them, but we
them the only New Balances we cop. Kith and Concepts. Them the only New Balances we move for. Oh, and Amy Lane Dior.
Well, Packer as well, but we couldn't get those, so.
Which one, Packer?
Last year, 992, the best shoe of the year.
Packers. And that's it. We don't move for any of these regular stuff.
But last ALD pack was so whack that I'm disenchanted.
What's a good New Balance to go for as far as models? Because I'm not like a New Balance.
Depends how much money you're going to spend. You're going to spend a lot.
996, 997, 998. 992.
If you're not trying to spend a ton of money, the 997 Concepts pack where they did what's the orange one called? Not orange one, but you know what I mean.
Luxury Goods, Boston.
That one. That pack's
So the
fire.
only one that's drawn me in is the 327. That's the one of the newer ones, right?
Nah, don't do that.
I love that shoe.
Nah, don't do
I
that.
bought. I have 3 different pairs of those.
It's a good shoe.
Don't do that.
I have the concept, the recent.
No,
concept
the
of
shoe is
Harden.
wider than this table.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, they fit me right. They fit
I'll bring them
perfect.
next week.
They're not
Fam,
bad.
put the pair that came to my house on my
Oh, you
foot.
did have them. You bought like a 15.
Fam, it was. Yeah, you have a 9.5. That's probably why you say that. It was wider than this table.
They're big. They fit big. They are pretty big because I've got my
New Balance are already a half size. You need to size down
Yeah, I
because
didn't
New
know
Balance
that
is like a
Sometimes,
walking shoe or whatever. But no,
Yeah.
well, normally. The best New Balance model is 1530. It's not even close.
1530. I'm gonna
Yes.
take a note on that. Look for something I like.
Hold on.
That's the best. That's the best New Balance model. Period. Now 997s are fire. 992s probably number 2, but we have recency bias on 992 because last year was the year of the 992.
1530 best.
But you considered it though. Look at your face.
Only because I love 1500s and they're close to 1500s.
The 1530 is better.
1500s are better.
Not than 1530. No, they're not. Don't do that.
1500 New Balances are better than 1530s. Yes, they are. All right.
Not even close.
Huh?
And the 1530 is exclusively made in England, so you know the quality.
1500s are as well. So yeah, look at you.
1350?
All 1500s are made in England.
1530.
Oh, 1530.
Yeah.
See, I can't even. 1530.
And they're affordable too. Like the base price is like expensive, but you won't find like
Oh yeah, actually, this is kind of dope.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Which one
these
are you
are
looking
what
at?
we're looking at, right? These things.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they ain't that bad.
Fire.
All right.
But I mean, you got to look at the better. None of those colorways on that
actually,
page.
So I like about New Balance,
shoe
like
is fire.
all
Thank
the
you.
panels and
I
stuff.
just say it was
that-
whack.
You can make some unique color blocking. You know,
But 992 is like the current thought New Balance shoe.
992s. Yeah, I see.
It is.
I'm
Don't
not
do that.
into those.
It's the current thought. A lot of 991s have actually come out recently, like the last 2 months or whatever. But 992 is better.
990s and 991s are absolute unbelievable whack. There's not a good one out there. 992s,
You
I
just
don't
saying that
consider them
because
easy enough to get,
You
so
just
I don't
saying
think they're
that
that.
kits that they shoot to you in the mail.
But I
and
will
you're
tell you this,
upset.
992s are probably a lot of people's very first New Balances ever the last like year or two. Whatever.
Probably. I mean, it was also a pandemic. People had nothing better to do than spend their money on stuff.
It's true.
Air
I
Max
spent
1
a lot.
Travis is fire. Oh yeah, we all do. Air Max 1 Travis is to me a fire. I love them. Like I think they're exactly what's needed. You crazy. And I hope he does come out with all those colorways that they posted, like 6, 7 colorways. Like come out with all of them. Like something new. See, that's what I always said about Virgil.
You need 9.5. Let me.
I don't understand why like Nike has these big people on retainer. Nike, Jerry Lorenzo could literally change the sneaker game if they do it right by him.
His shoes
You
would
just
age
said
well.
Nike can never be passed, and now you saying
No.
change the sneaker game.
I said change the sneaker game.
That's not the same thing.
I got
No,
a
it's not the
question.
same thing.
Do you think his Nike collabs aged well? I don't think they did.
Who, Jerry Lorenzo?
Yeah.
I think they got better.
No, wait, the Nike collab?
Yeah, I think they're like. I think people.
He liked them from the very beginning, though. I thought
did.
they sucked.
No, but see, I think people sort of low key
Fear
disrespected
of
the
God
Air Raid
1
models.
sucked.
Well, I bought those, and then when they retroed the original Air Raid, I sold my pair because I was like, the original. So
Oh
much.
no, the original don't even come close to the. That might be.
to the
There is a certain amount of shoes that
Harden
You're
were
talking
really
about
done.
like the friends and family pair, though, man. No one
Friends
has
and
that.
family
just the
pairs.
black
No,
pair.
You get them for like 400 on StockX.
Just the black pair is regular.
I had the
Like,
black ones. I had
Friends
the
and
black
family
and
ones
the
better.
gray ones are nice, and I got rid of those, but I never wore them because they were just hard to get on my
That
feet.
shoe is better, even though it's modeled after Air Raid. That shoe is better than the Air Raid. The Air Raid just has history behind it.
I mean the materials and stuff. But
Materials,
like
you can wear it better. It's sleeker. It's
Yeah.
it's lighter.
I never wore it, so I can.
Air Raids was made to play outside.
So
That's it.
Not the one Simple Loves, but the other one that came out with that pack. What's that one called?
Which
Simple Loves the Mock.
He liked the
one.
Mock.
Oh, the
So
Mock.
What's the
yeah.
other one that came out with that? Now that shoe
The
was nice.
Skyliner, the Skyliner.
No, not. Oh, the Runner's actually not bad too,
Yeah.
but that's just a Nike.
The Air Raid. There's a Sky. Oh yeah, the Skyline. Yeah, that one's dope too. Now it's just
not
a black
dope.
and white.
Those are
It's
real
all
base.
right,
I mean,
yeah.
you can still get. Those are the outlets.
No, I'm not talking about the Runner. The other one that came out with the Mock shoe.
the big Fear.
I can't think about it. Well, the Fear God ones, obviously the higher
No,
ones.
those suck.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
I see. Look, that's what I'm saying. That they
Fam.
age well because I can't. Is that
No, they
wearable
don't, so
anymore?
they're
Like
better. Well,
it looks like you think about like Yeezy 7, whatever. It's the
never was-
700.
it
Wearable
never
is
was.
debatable
750s?
about certain things, but that
750
shoe is nice. On foot, it looks nice. You have to just know how to wear it. That's it. I thought the same thing like George, and then I saw somebody wearing them.
you wear that?
Fam, I saw somebody wearing them at Legend.
Yeah.
Fam, I was like, I need.
I never looked at on foot.
Them joints was made for Kyle Kuzma, not Kyle Kuzma. What's his name?
Nick Young.
No, Sneaker Thought. They were
PJ
made for him,
Tucker.
and no one. It's literally a basketball shoe that no one wears for basketball.
Nah,
I seen a couple people hooping on
them joints are
it's
fire.
not
These joints are fire.
They suck.
Now, like I was saying, hold on. Jerry Lorenzo could change the sneaker game, not surpass Nike, change the sneaker. We talked about this a long time ago. I was like,
yeah, but I don't know what that means. What do you mean?
Let me get to it.
Huh? You said we talked about it a long time ago.
Adidas has one of the worst, if not the worst, history of like sneaker archive. It's whack.
Yeah, it's called NAZI, Nazi.
I'm sitting here like going nuts over a shell toe covered in monkey camo. Okay, that's how bad their line is. If you let Jerry Lorenzo take a shell toe and do something different or revamp or just recreate an entire new history.
No, make a new shoe, man. I don't want him to do it.
He's doing new shoes too.
I don't want him to do what Virgil did. It's unnecessary.
No.
Why?
No, okay, you're not. Let me finish.
Now, if you do this,
let me finish.
If you do this, fire.
Fine. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But this is not what Virgil did.
No, let me finish. I would have loved, and I said this, we talked about this. I want to see Virgil, hey man.
Virgil made Frankenstein. I don't want Frankenstein.
We need you to redo some GRs.
Take a fire upper and put a fire lower on the upper.
They need to make tiers of these designers. Cool, you have your off-white Jordan ones and all that, awesome. Yeah. But man, why can't I get a Virgil design Air Max 97 that I could go buy? Jerry Lorenzo making some revamping the forums or shell toes or Stan Smiths, and those are GRs, that makes it fire. You can make the shoe better. Also, have your specialty, Fear of God, Adidas sneakers as well, brand new stuff as well. My point is like you have some of the most top tier coveted designers in your camp.
Are they gonna put a stamp on it?
You don't have to. Every Air Max 97 he touches doesn't gotta be limited. Why can't he just have some in the stores? They can be designers. They're designers.
Him designing it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sell or be popular or anything like that.
It doesn't, but like...
It has to have the stamp on that. Fear of God is what sold those collabs.
Fam, they have to do something that obviously and as well justify the prices of some Adidas sneakers. Adidas are way too expensive retail.
They are.
That's one.
Especially with that old technology.
Two, most of Adidas have zero technology. Even when Adidas had technology, it wasn't technology. They had torsion.
Skechers has a better foam technology than Adidas right now.
Even when Kobe came,
these guys are trying 180 retail. What the hell is wrong with them?
When Antoine Walker, Keyshawn Johnson, all these super top
kitchen costs more.
All these top tier athletes. Fam, they had top tier athletes at Adidas at one point, and their technology was like we molded the bottom of their feet. They did feet shoe wear. So like the bottom of a Kobe was supposed to be the imprint of Kobe's feet. That's what it was supposed to be. That ain't technology. That's just lumps on a foot. All right.
I mean, it's a selling point. It's something that makes it
torsion.
It's like pumps and stuff like that. It's a novelty.
All Adidas technology before Boost was on the same level as Reebok and Hexalite.
What's the innovation since then?
Exactly. Jerry Lorenzo can literally change the game. If Jerry Lorenzo gets free will, I'm talking like, yo, give me that, and actually can go in there and do what he wants, he can change the game. Nike's gonna have to do that. Every single Nike that come out can't be special. Everything is special with Nike. There's nothing that's regular. All the Travis Scott's special. All the Off-White special. All the whomever the special. Everything is special.
Niche market. Like we talking about this on my podcast, like what really keeps these places running, and I have this notion that I don't think like sneaker community really keeps the doors open at these places.
He talks about it all the time.
Yeah, you're selling Monarchs, you're selling Fusion, whatever they call it, like Air Force Ones are their top sellers. Like all those different shoes sell.
But see, here's the thing that us niche.
There's a reason Nike now is charging $50 or $100 for like tech shorts or. I was in
wait for the sale.
Nike store. I was at Nike store in Portland recently, and you go in the store. I mean, they have like the mannequins dressed with whatever the newest stuff is. You look at the shorts; it's just looks like basketball shorts. Them shorts $100, but people buy it. So I mean, that's what pays Nike's bills.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. But that there's this notion, and
I view with us, our niche sneaker heads, make it more desirable than what it is.
That's true in a sense.
Whether or not, like, new sneakerhead might go buy the weird new Nike shorts that are $100. Like, the culture of sneakerheads makes it cool.
Can I ask you both a question,
Don't do that.
Can I ask you both a question about this? Like,
don't do that.
Do you feel like do you feel like the limited amounts they make of these certain shoes? So if they made like 1 million Jordan 1s every release, do you think that they would all sell out?
No, they did it already and no one cared.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they went back to
So all these people, I get all these complaints on mine because we talked about this, and I was like, yeah, sneakerheads do not keep the doors open. But everybody complains, they're not making them available. The only reason you want it is because you can't get it.
Well, they're new. These are so. This was
make them rare.
Don't know.
This was like season 1 topic on this.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
No. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus or anything. I'm saying I'm going back like. So this was the whatever you want to call it, season 1 topic. So we talked about this where Nike went through that era. What was it, 2014 to 2016, 2017?
Maybe like 2018, I think, maybe around there. But when I started getting into it,
I think by then, whenever the year before
LeBron got drafted, the year before that.
Wait, what? That's 2003, 2002. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
You said
right.
LeBron. Huh?
No,
you all right? No. The year before, what was the shoe that brought Nike back when Adidas was hot? Was it was before the Off-White collab or was the Off-White collab?
What came out? I mean, Air Max came out. Like it was like
that was part of it. But there was something that brought Nike. Maybe the Jordan 1 started getting popular. Anyways, during that era, before Nike switched, they started listening to people and they were making 500,000 of every retro, and they were sitting on every shelf everywhere. No one cared. So Nike, that was the experiment they did. They basically said, you guys told us you wanted more pairs, but guess what? You're not buying it. Exactly. You don't care. You only care if you can make money off the shoe. So when they make it limited again,
they didn't think market would explode.
Yeah. I mean, so that's the thing. Like, you understand economics, how economics work. Most sneakerheads don't. So, like, and I'm not saying that as a shot. Like,
that's sort of a pretentious way to think about stuff. Like, you're so special, you deserve everything. Like that pisses me.
Well, we talk about that too. Entitlement of sneakerheads. Like,
I will say this: that block of time that you're talking about, where they did that. It wasn't.
It was a social experiment.
It was, but you got to redo it. You can't. That type of social experiment, it's invalid the first time. It's a result as an instant of what we're gonna do for a block of time, but you got to do it again. Nike's gonna have to do it again at some point. Yeah, you have to because
there's more people buying shoes in general.
I think
they learned you can't water down your name or you lose panache.
But all sneakerheads right now, I think
you remember what they did. They said we're gonna make Tier 1 Jordan. Remember they said we're changing the materials on all the Jordans. Right. And of course they didn't.
But
then they raised the price like $20.
I see people don't take in consideration. Like they just look at when you talk about you go in the past. Sneakerheads love to go in the past, like blocks of time. They talk about just sneakers. You got to take in consideration just the world and society within itself. You got to think about how social media was then now.
Twitter and Instagram.
If they made a million Jordan 1s right now that looked fire, because can't be anything. If they made a million, let's say, what's been a fire when the last whatever, it'd sell out.
Well, I mean,
because you know what?
Hold on a second.
Now Jordan 11 releases.
Now you could say
the Christmas release.
Stop.
You could say, hold on. Because you could say, they may sit. They wouldn't. They wouldn't sit because social media is more powerful.
How many Alma Manier 3s you think they made? Because they made a lot.
They made a lot.
So prices went.
So how many think are out there?
Now a lot of Alma Maniers is probably 50,000. Now multiply it times 10.
Yeah. So if you think about because I thought that
yes they would.
So they wouldn't.
Yes they would. Alma Maniers if they made a million Alma Maniers, they would have sold out too.
You also
no they wouldn't.
Yes they would have.
Let me think.
A million Alma Maniers. No, they wouldn't.
Not a million, but if they made the same amount they made Concords.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they would have. Yes, they would have.
The only reason they care about Concords is because it's literally Concords.
The reason why Alma Maniers are special
they made a million of those every Christmas.
Besides, besides the fact of
that's the only shoe that can do that.
Besides the fact of Alma Maniers being fire, they're still Alma Maniers. They're gonna sell out. People think that there's this lesser group of people that feel more like. This group of people that feel special to have something is a lot bigger than people think it is. Everybody thinks it's if they made a million bread ones, no one would cop. No, yes, they would. Because there are still people to this day who've never had a bread one. That's one, too.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Are you talking about over a course of a couple weeks, they're sitting in stores, then eventually they sell out? Yeah, probably. Okay. But they're not selling out on release day. No, they're not.
A million Union ones?
No, they're not.
No, they're not selling out. I mean, a
million pairs are not selling out. Assuming we know there's a million.
Resellers and bots want to.
If we didn't know there was a million,
they will buy every pair, but that will tank the marketplace. After marketplace.
You don't remember you don't remember the reaction after Union 4 release? There's plenty of people who missed, but you don't remember the reaction?
Union 4s, though.
Why?
Because the shoe isn't on the level of a Manier 3 or a Union 1. It's cool,
but it's cool. Kind of tough.
It's cool now, and it grew on us. It grew on us. The only sneakers that we could talk about on this tier of out of control, undeniable. Don't even try to argue with me about fire. I'm a man in your 30s.
I feel Union has exactly what you just were talking about, where you were like, it's still I'm a year.
Oh no, Union. But I said I'm a man in your fire though. No one thought Jordan 4's Union was fire.
There was a lot of hate, but
it was like, do I?
I love the first time I saw it.
Well, you know how people are. They say that and they buy it anyways. I mean, but they're not. A million of those is not selling out.
A million what?
Of those.
I'm a million threes?
Anything we're talking about.
A million of the Jordan 4? Nah. A Union 4? No. Yeah. A million Union 1s? 100%. Not even a question. I'm a million threes? 1,000,000%. Because they're fire as well. And it's a must-have staple piece.
A million is
it's a wearable shoe. It fits all the things.
How many Union 1s are there? 10,000? 25,000 maybe?
That was it?
I mean,
I feel like
there was not many.
I thought it was at least 20.
Okay, so 20,000. Multiply that times 500.
I know.
They ain't selling out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
But it also
I think people underestimate social media. I think it is.
But yeah, but there's a time for every shoe, I think. You know, like those Road Warriors had. There's 5,000 pairs. And you see the marketplace dip, go up and down, whatever. It all depends on when the shoe is, the time for that shoe is.
Yeah, but see, that shoe is way too polarizing to even count. Like you can only make 5,000 of those.
Most limited shoes are going to go up over time, though. That's also another economics principle. Once people start wearing them, and there's only so many DS pairs left.
I'm just saying, but you want the OG. Say they retro them, right? Everybody's going to want to get the OG at some point. Be like, oh damn, this is dope.
See, that one is polarizing. One because they used the technology way different. Had a split toe and retail was 500. Now, if they made let's talk about like Adapts. Adapts were 500, right? 400.
Well, they ended up making a million of them, and they were half price after market.
The mag colorway under retail on StockX.
Yeah,
like this is after fees and everything.
But see, here's the thing about the shoe. The shoe itself sucks. You only want it because it tie itself.
Yeah.
The shoe now for disabled people, you put your foot in. The shoe sucks. Period.
It's practical.
Okay, no.
He's saying like aesthetically.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But the power of social media and the foolishness of unintelligent human beings is like, I just want to have it, man. I 100% believe it.
Yeah, but a million.
A million of Fly-E's would never, because it's not fire. A million Union 1s?
I don't think there's something.
Fam, I was shocked. I was utterly shocked. Now, it was the time and place. I was shocked
it's
how
like,
people acted with Concord 11s.
Hold on.
Concord 11s? How people acted?
I have a stack of Undefeated 97 olives at the house. Fam, a stack. What are you talking about?
Those.
No one cares.
No. Because you're missing the point of the Undefeated pack. The Undefeated pack when it originally got, what made it special? It was only releasing here.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
The shoe itself.
Isn't that the whole point I was trying to make? Like the limited. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, you know what? Even if the Undefeated pack wasn't limited, let's say they took 50.
It wasn't limited.
No.
That's why they're under retail.
No.
On resale.
The OG. Let's say they took the OG out and they took 50,000 at Complex Con. Sold out. It would have sold out. You know why? Because it's Complex Con. It has nothing to do with the shoe, because the shoe itself, if that's on the shelf, it's all right. It's cool. But there's too many special elements to something.
You think the shoe's fire, so don't do that.
I love the shoe. I'm talking about me, myself. If you got it in your hand, you don't look at an Air Max 97 Undefeated and be like, you don't do that. You don't. But you know what? But you know what? This at Complex Con.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they're not selling a million of that. It's a perfect example for a Union 1 coming out. They're not selling a million of them. If they did, if they did Union release the exact way they did 97 release, where they just did a little bit, and then 2 years later or whatever they did 100,000, it would be the same thing. They'd be under retail.
I think y'all underestimate.
Probably.
I think y'all underestimate. You're in marketing. I think y'all underestimate it. You underestimate. Idiots.
It depends.
Idiots. You know what I mean?
You got to please the marketplace, and I think that making them rare makes the shoes more the allure of that shoe.
Of course.
Like Jordan 1s would not be Jordan 1s if they didn't start making them limited. Because we all know, like I used to go to Nike Outlet, there'd be walls of Jordan 1s and all this junk. So you got to think like, now every Jordan 1 style, even the crappy colorway. You know what? I mean? Like it doesn't even matter.
And you know what? Hold on. When we talk about that time when like stuff was on the outlets that are like you can't even put your hands on now, we never take in consideration the transition. What we do sometimes, the transition of our clothes. Like our clothes were changing the exact same time. We didn't know how to wear Jordan 1s anymore. Highs, I couldn't wear that stuff anymore. It was weird.
You could wear it with anything, really. Shorts.
No. People did, but it didn't look right.
Depends how you lace it.
No.
I guess. I mean, I'm not even talking. Now? Wear Jordan, so I can't talk.
Well, we're talking about the era of people who would like buy the Grape 5 T-shirt that matches the Grape 5s. Like that kind of person. That kind of person's still going to wear it regardless. But that's not good.
Like, I mean, now, people think me and George are insane. Oh, they thought someone said George is insane now because George said, I figured out how to wear SBs now.
Oh, yeah, that was a while back. Yeah.
But we figured out how to, it's not about figured out how to wear, it's figured out how to wear it again. Like, there was this block of time where it was like, I'm not buying that because I don't know how to wear that anymore. My style is changing. I was going from high school to college to like adulthood. So it was like, I don't even know. It was a point in time where I was just wearing Wallabies because I was like, I'm a young adult. You know what I mean? Like, and then you go back to this stuff. I sold every single sneaker because it was like, what am I doing? I'm now 23 and I'm wearing Jordans.
Yeah.
You go through this weird block.
For a stretch there for a
SB dunks, SB.
Fam, I was buying nothing but like diesel. In college, like buying like diesel stuff.
I was wearing True Religion boot cuts. All right, like
I'm talking about shoes. I was buying diesel shoes.
Well, you had a lot of Jordan 2 back then.
I mean, I had other Nike stuff, but in college, I wasn't buying sneakers. I didn't start buying sneakers again until 2000. I mean, I was buying SBs from like 05. Well, maybe not 05, but 6, 7, 8. And then Jordans and stuff like that, I didn't start back till 2010 buying. It was the Flint 13s.
And see, that was the thing that like I feel like we missed too many I'm a variables person. George is very high in the stats and stuff like that. I work in stats. I'm high in it, but my thought process is, why did this happen? Like, somebody goes and like robs 5 banks right now. I need to know what's in town, what concert is in town, what the weather is like. I need to know that stuff because that could play a factor in that. The result of them robbing 5 banks doesn't matter to me. I don't care because the why is way more important to me. Why was SBs and SP dunks whack all of a sudden? We were saying trash, like whack. But now it's like, ooh, I might keep what the P-Rod?
Wait.
I've never owned a P-Rod.
Wait, what era are you talking about? You said SBs?
So was it just the colorways
SBs and P-Rods? Because you know what?
I think you
said sportswear dunks.
Both of them.
The Marshalls.
Why did they both get whacked?
I don't think people said that about sportswear dunks. I think it was SBs went out, but I think sportswear dunks were always just kind of like...
No one cared. I don't think they made them anymore.
Well, there wasn't no hype, but people were still buying them. SBs were literally sitting on the shelves, like going to clearance racks.
California high SBs were at Marshalls. Okay.
I used to buy before it became like into sneakers. I used to just buy like those things from like Marshalls or Ross's right out just to match a shirt or something.
Yeah.
I will tell you this right now, and I'm already saying it, which I said is the reason why dunks got whack back then. I remember when I stopped buying dunks. It was like right after Concord dunks. Like, that was like, you know what? That's the last.
Why?
Actually, you know what? Miami, we about the Miami water ones. Dunks is going to ruin itself again because they're
still have no
unattractive.
I still have no idea why SBs came back. It started with like the dog walker was the first one that kind of brought SBs back, and I still don't know why.
SBs.
Like, why is the dog walker the one that restarted the? Listen, I get it. Travis Scott wearing SBs all the time. Someone else. Who else was wearing SBs?
Yeah, but like.
I don't understand how they came back to that level.
We won't give certain people the amount of credit they deserve for bringing stuff back. Travis Scott, I still in disbelief that this person, to me, he's not even he's one of the top in music, but like, I was like, wait, why Travis Scott? Why is he the one? Like, why? But you know what Travis Scott did that people don't take it credit? He showed us how to wear it. That was it. Hey, he showed us how to wear it. Travis Scott is literally the poster boy for the era of the Velon shirt, era of that type of stuff. It was like, oh shoot, I can't wear Brett 11s with my Velon. Like you can't wear this with my Supreme. Like, that was the thing.
I think he just brought a different clientele in. He brought younger kids in who weren't buying SBs before. But I still don't know why they're now $1,000.
Fam, we wear shorts. I see my thighs. Fam, we would never fit my thighs.
Yeah, but that happened after SBs came back before short shorts.
No, you're right. But we still weren't considering SBs before then.
Yeah.
We wasn't. No, we was like, are they back?
Yeah,
but we weren't considering
I went into my closet and started selling stuff, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep that.
You started like, try this on because you know what? My shorts are shorter. My proportions are different now.
You can wear it with pants too. You just gotta time.
I wore Jordan highs with shorts the other day because my shorts were short because the proportions were right.
Yeah,
would have never done that in a billion years.
I'm saying that's different from SBs.
I don't know, but I'm saying that's why this stuff like we miss variables like our clothes, social media, fam. I know you don't think so. I'm sorry. 1,000 pair of shattered backboards drop, 1 million pair of shattered backboards drop, they fly.
No, they're not.
Huh?
No, they are not.
All right.
If you knew ahead of time,
listen, for it.
What do we do? What do we do all the time? Something fire comes out, but we know it's 1 million pairs is GR. Oh yeah, I'll get that later on 50% off. That's what everybody else is gonna do.
They'll sell, but you gotta gauge. You gotta gauge the aftermarket.
People are gonna do the same thing we do.
I think they would do it. I think they would do it after about 5 or 10 releases of it. I think that would happen.
Same thing happened with Yeezy. So you started noticing, like, there was a point, like,
fam, if you knew Sheik was getting Amamanier 3s, you ain't copping.
Huh?
You ain't copping.
I'll be like, thank God I have a chance.
It's not that. It wasn't hard. Well, you got them, right?
Yeah.
He didn't get them? Did you even try? Because everybody got them that I knew.
Oh, sorry. These two, Andy and Ricardo, bought it.
I tried, but I was in a weird meeting.
I bought 2 aftermarket. I felt like an idiot for doing that.
Hold on, man. I got to pee real quick.
Okay. Yeah. I felt stupid for doing that. Because I didn't jump on the hype train and waited for them to dip more.
Like I said, once sneakers releases, assuming they go to sneakers, and I think Foot Locker only the Jordan store like in LA or something is getting them. So
just be on sneakers and in a couple stores.
Once that release happens and people get them in hand, there might be like a slight dip, but after that they're just going to go back up. Like right now. So you say you buying a size 12. You bought 12s, right? Okay,
yeah, 2 size 12s. They're in my GOAT storage right now.
So this is my example because I got 2 Union 4s and GOAT storage.
Yeah, me too.
Assuming this app will actually work.
Yeah, I got size 13 and size 12. The size 12, I remember you were talking about. I haven't been keeping track of it. I looked at the price. I was like, oh damn, it did go
over
up.
$1,000
shot up
now.
About $100 to.
Yeah, so that's the point I was going to make is eventually with this collab stuff that's fairly limited. Like that collab obviously was not very limited because 1 million people checked out on their website and then it released on Nike too.
Why is the size 13 going for so low though? That's crazy. It's still around the same price.
You know what? That is weird that if you look certain basketball shoes up or certain Jordans, 13 is like the most sought after size. But for some reason with some of the collabs and the Amamanier 3s too.
Yeah.
The 3s and the 4s, the 13 is like one of the worst sizes to have. It's the lowest one.
Yeah. 12s are becoming a little more sought after now. I've noticed that with Yeezy.
That started like about a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, which is crazy. Because I mean, but
size 12 in the Jordan 1s when they had that run of like, I mean, you know, they had breads come out, but when the ones came, when they, what was the pack that was like the purple and the green on the same day? In that run, and then like not bread toes, but the one before that had like the really nice leather with the red swoosh and the black toe. I went into Foot Locker, like after the release, the same weekend or whatever. No, well those sat everywhere. Those suck. Gym Red, I think.
Gym Reds, yeah.
It was like sitting in.
No, they were. Yeah.
Now I was like, what sizes y'all got? Oh, only big sizes, obviously. Yeah. So I should have bought some, but I'm not really like a. I'm not really like, and I talk about this on the show all the time, but I have tons of Dunk Highs still at home that I like SBs because before I got back into like Jordans and New Balance, Adidas, Dunks and stuff, I pretty much exclusively SBs. So and I had a Connect, so like any Quick Strike SB or any GR SB that was like pretty fire, it was like an auto buy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yo, send me this one. All right, cool, send it. And then I started going through what I had. It's like some of this stuff doesn't even fit. 11 and a half. Like I just bought it because he didn't have a 12 or whatever. So I'm not really a highs anymore person. Like every once in a while I get a high. Like Mocha ones came out.
Yeah, those are dope.
November or whatever it was. I had the plug, asked him for a pair of those. Certain ones I'll definitely cop. But for me, it's all low shoes these days. Like I'm not wearing no highs. I understand he's saying he's wearing them with shorts and stuff. Yeah. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you will. You will eventually. If you still own it, you will.
I got Mocha ones. And I still got black and red ones, obviously.
You'll do it with shorts.
No.
When this summer crack off, you're going to do it with shorts. Yeah, you are.
These tank.
Yeah, you are what, tank?
No, these, I'm looking, I just opened the
my phone doesn't work. So.
I saw...
the listeners are happy.
The Yeezy, I saw Amamaniers
Greg
at a resale shop.
Jam my phone. He uses the
380
jammer.
At a resale joint?
380 at a resale joint. All right. Now it was a 12 or 13, whatever it was, but still. Look.
Yeah, I got.
By the way, to me, I think
online.
social media and people are stronger than the common sense. Now, 5 releases of like Jordan, okay, shattered backboards, a ton pairs, we all got them, okay. bread toast. Okay, we all got them. That shadow, we all got them. Then everybody be like, you know what? They made 1 trillion pairs. I'll wait. It'll happen eventually, but it'll take a while.
It's gonna happen again.
They're gonna do it again. They have to. The complaints.
They're not
of
ruining
Nike,
their.
But the complaints of Nike and stuff are astronomical.
You're right, but Nike worships the cool factor more than anything else, so they can't do it.
Cool factor.
And the resale market sets that tone. Like, like the StockX guy, he's still CEO, that dude? I forgot his name.
Luber? Nah, he left a long time ago.
He's
like just say that, people set the marketplace for these things.
StockX was a genius idea. Yeah. You got a stock market for goods, shoes, or whatever, and now they sell like
Xboxes, everything.
StockX is probably top 10 greatest idea in the last 50 years. Like, I mean, come on, man. I go in there and I look at them like, wait a minute, they sold 350 pairs of these already?
Yeah. eBay didn't have it. Well, the historical information is also a genius idea, but eBay didn't have somewhere where you could put a ask and a bid, and they match up. Boom, you got the stock. They didn't have that.
There are just things
eBay should have come up with that first.
Like, there are just things that just make things more attractive in that sense. Like, I for some odd reason, the fact that you could like filter by year of sneakers, I love it. Like, just little things like that.
I discovers a lot of shoes.
I love.
You gotta have good engineers when your whole business is an app. I mean, you just have to. Especially with like the way people are nowadays. Everyone wants a filter. Okay, not everyone, because obviously I told a story about people who don't know how to use computers. But everyone wants an app you can make adjustments or filters or sorts or whatever. So like, if you don't have that, fam.
I'm like, sometimes I'll go on Go and just filter it by the used. Like, I don't want to look at the new ones. Give me the price for the used ones. You know what I mean? But anyways, last one real quick for upcoming, the Nike Dunk Low SB Barcelona. I don't know if you even saw it.
I did, but I don't remember what it looks like, and my phone sucks.
One's blue, one's burgundy. I don't know.
I got that Prince one you sent me.
Oh, there's a Prince
I have a problem. Well, why did they make the lace? I mean, they should make the shoe purple.
First of all,
not the lace
in the Prince tribute.
That shoe sucks to me. But
I
mean, they're from Minnesota.
No, I know why they but I look at the shoe, I'm like, this is
it's pretty basic.
Oh.
But it's kind of like half-assed to me.
Yeah, how do you not make a Prince shoe? I mean, it should have had a booty on it. Like you said, it's half-assed. It should have been actual ass on the back, like, and purple. Like that would make sense to me.
I mean, the laces, but it just looks like a black and
brick print
with brick print. I'm not gonna say it's trash, but it's just not.
This makes
a good tribute.
Oh, you know,
hold on. This may sound like hate, and I'm not. I don't intend it to sound like hate, but why is Familia all of a sudden like the coolest skate shop ever?
I don't understand it either. They're the ones that got reversed.
I knew who they were before 2018 or whatever because I used to buy every single SB. But no one knew who Familia was unless you live in Minnesota or Minneapolis, where they are. Why are they all of a sudden like Chosen Son? I don't get it.
I don't understand it.
Y'all just did a collab. Why are you getting another collab? You know how many skate shops are out there?
They did a collab that's like what? What are reverse skunks going for? 5,000?
Yeah, probably more.
Why them? I don't understand it. Freaking Undefeated has a dunk coming out. That's one of the worst looking dunks I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think the artist chose the skate shop for that. Because that was an artist thing, the reverse skunk one. I don't know about the
Minnesota.
Well, maybe the artist lives there. I don't know, but I think he chose them.
It's an interesting shoe. I'm not gonna.
And I understand a Prince collab, but why would that be like already on the idea board? I mean, you got a million skate shops out there.
Yeah,
we don't have a top 10 today.
MVP.
But I know that. I'm settle down. I know you dying to talk about it.
Yes.
All right.
But not only that, because
your argument of MVP.
Well, don't say that before you talk about
it.
You said that weren't you going to say something else? You were like, I know you want to talk about that.
We ain't got a top 10. No, we don't got a top 10. That's all I got. NBA playoff, MVPs, all that stuff.
Okay, well, Charlotte lost, and then at the end of the third, Boston was up 10. I don't know. My phone doesn't work, so I don't know what the score final was, but Boston was up 10. No, you say what you were about to say.
That's it.
No, about MVP argument.
Oh, no. You and Blanc going back and forth about MVP because... tell me your argument.
But you were about to say your argument's crazy or something.
It's not crazy. It's just you can't have that argument with somebody because you're arguing way two different spectrums of like...
No, well, I understand. I can't argue with someone who's 20 years younger than I am or whatever.
Not
it makes
even
no
that.
sense. That's part of it.
Yes, part of it.
That's absolutely part of it.
But you're also arguing just... man, you're like arguing eras, blocks of eras. Like, So you're for Jokic.
Well, these two players play in the same era.
No, but you're for Jokic being MVP, which he's going to win MVP. Okay.
Well, I think he's going to win.
There's no argument against it from a statistical standpoint. Zero. Like normally, this is what I told Blanc. In a normal basketball year, you know how many times someone has swept all the value rate statistics for the entire NBA in a year? The last time was Steph Curry in 15-16, and the last time before that, you got to go all the way back to LeBron when he had that run from like 08, 09, 10, whatever. So in the last decade, only 2 players have done what Jokic did this year. PER, VORP, win shares per 48 minutes, and block whatever it is, box plus minus. Jokic swept all 5 by like an astronomical amount of value.
Facts. But listen to you. Like, that's the problem.
No, but here's the thing. That's why statistics exist, so there's no bias. I have zero bias by saying that. I'm looking specifically at things that are unbiased.
I know, but listen to what you're saying.
But what's the story? Like, I think with the NBA, it has to be a story, and I think,
The story is it's a center who literally might have the best NBA season from a center of all time. Okay. Like, someone compared it to Larry Bird's best 3 seasons, and it was better. This year from Jokic was better than any season Larry Bird
seasons in NBA
Fam,
history.
a top 10 NBA player, and this is a center making threes, assists.
But listen to what you're saying, man.
From standpoint of what?
Everything you're saying, the stats, the what he's graded, all that stuff, it just isn't cool, man. Like, you're right.
Why does that
No. Because that's the argument. Like, arguing what Steph is doing and what Jokic is doing is literally arguing night and day.
Okay, well, first, before you say Steph, let me go back one step.
Too,
no one
now he got hurt.
No one
was balling
back.
Yeah, so him and Jokic were like this all season, like going back on top of each other. Pause. The Steph argument literally started it's been 7 days. No one has said anything about Steph. Fam, I saw MVP lists from like actual NBA writers who are the equivalent of like an ESPN columnist or whatever. Last week they had Steph 7. One had him 5th. No one talking about Steph until this week.
100%.
What, the last week of the season, you're going to tell me how great... Fam, they're playing Steph in the next game. LeBron knows what he's doing.
I know it's a game, but still, LeBron says something.
Even if LeBron won't admit it, we are smart enough to know what LeBron is doing.
Yeah, but see, you're talking about, like, you're not...
He's not going to disrespect his man right before they play each other.
See, you think that, like, the problem with Blanc is that you guys are trying to argue who's right or wrong. You're not wrong, period. It's right. It's right.
I'm trying to get. Well, here's no. So I'll explain. Hold on. I'll explain more about what the issue with Blanc was, because his argument initially was like, this is the argument, and then he said like, all hoopers know that Steph will be number 1, and then I posted a bunch of comments from NBA players or former NBA players saying their MVP is Jokic, and then his response was like, those hoopers don't matter. Only the hoopers that matters opinion. And I was like, huh? You can't make an argument like that. Like, you should have said from the very beginning, you have a list of people whose only opinions matter. You don't care with other. You can't say all hoopers believe this, and then when I give you 4 examples of people who believe the opposite, you say, oh, they don't matter.
See, look, arguing
that's why statistics are unbiased.
They're unbiased, but this goes back to variable talk to me. It ain't cool. Like, he's in Denver and it ain't cool. Now, you're right.
That's fine. But then why?
But you can't be mad at the argument.
Steph can't be number 5 or number 7 last week and then be the automated number 1 this week.
That's it. I'm not trying to prove
someone else.
The argument with Steph has always been, well, for this season, will they make the playoffs? If he carries that team by himself to the playoffs, he's instantly an MVP.
Well, but it's not by himself. Draymond Green had a better. Draymond Green had.
I don't even know Draymond.
No,
is he even relevant? I don't even know how. He's one of his worst seasons, right?
No, this is what I'm gonna tell you because I'm a statistics person. Blanc's argument also was Jamal Murray was all NBA. Jamal Murray finished 61st.
Jamal Murray was having an awful season.
Jamal Murray finished 61st in player efficiency, and I don't mean PER. I mean like all the value.
Yeah, they played better without him.
You know why? Because their second best player is who?
It's Jokic.
No, second best player, Michael Porter Jr. Exactly. Who is potentially a superstar. And guess you know what Murray getting injured did? It allowed a better player to take his minutes and prove he's better.
And Murray,
it was perfect.
Murray probably lost his job, to be honest with you.
So?
Like, he might not be on the team
MPJ is a star.
He was a star before going to college, and then having that year we had a bad back and broke his back, whatever happened.
This is the same argument I give you about when you say Rozier played over, what's the name?
Well,
NBA coaches have to know who's better.
Because Michael Porter Jr. was considered like almost a steal when he got drafted.
Yeah, he was the number one overall player in high school.
Right. And with him last year, the Nuggets probably could have won the championship and went to the championship if they would have played him more and started him.
I don't know if he was ready last year. I don't know if he was ready last year.
No, he was ready. He was ready. He just couldn't get the opportunity to do so because Murray was killing it. Murray was killing it.
But I think he wasn't ready last year. This year was the year like...
I think it would have maybe
Plus it was a weird year, COVID, whatever, last year.
Actually, we're talking about they almost did.
Yeah, they almost did, but they
Western Conference Final?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? They weren't going to that year. They weren't going to. I keep thinking the Clippers put them out, but they actually got to the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers. Yeah. So, okay. But Jokic, like I said, you're 100% right. Jokic is.
No one ever wants to pick a center. That's fine. Everyone who not everyone. 75 to 80% of people who write about the NBA like thought things.
Yeah, but you know why?
I understand.
Whoa.
No, it's
true. Because
true.
you like the thought things too. That's why we argue.
But here's the thing. This is another argument.
Everything that Steph is doing is what you love.
Wait.
And I said Steph is the only player in the NBA who should be allowed to do anything like that.
No,
if Steph was to half court,
no, Dame. Thank you.
I have a list.
Wait. Now, also in the argument, not with Blanc in the argument, but in the text thread, this is what I said. You know why Michael Jordan's career is so impressive? There's a million things you could list.
Billion.
He played in an era where people didn't shoot threes. No one cared about efficiency. And guess what? He's still number one of all time in every efficiency category. That's why he's so impressive.
Of course.
Is he still number one? I thought LeBron took over a lot of what he was doing.
Counting statistics, yes, because he played more games. But I'm talking about efficiency statistics based on the number of minutes you're on the court.
Okay, yeah.
In terms of winning, like again, PER, win shares per 48 minutes, VORP, all that kind of stuff. Jordan played in an era where no one cared about efficiency, and everyone in the era pretty much is like not that high on the list, and he's still number one of all time. So that's why you're talking about the cool factor. I get it. We know Jordan is still cool, but he also has the statistics on his side in an era when he wasn't even a statistic.
Anyone that's a big thing too.
But that goes back to, but you're talking about era and things that like people don't take in consideration now. When I said about sneakers and foul, you're missing you're not missing, but like there are things missing. The value of a possession in basketball back then was very important. A basketball
there were fewer possessions in a game. So
basketball possession,
but no one talked about it like that.
A basketball possession now has zero value. I mean, as soon as he took 2 dribbles and shot from half court, like that's the things that happen.
Not zero, but yeah,
you know what I mean. But it's just like
just to make sure you don't hit a 3, just close them out.
Well,
they're gonna layup.
There used to be like 96 possessions in a game, and now there's 120 or whatever.
Back then,
completely different.
There were specialists, a 3-point specialist, your Reggie Millers.
There's still those.
No. There are people better than everybody else at it, but everyone expects everybody to be a specialist at it now.
Sure.
I'm watching TV and they're like, if AD ain't hitting the 3, AD is 7 feet.
That's why he's so good.
Now I get that with the Lakers, he started shooting the 3. He started a little bit with the Pelicans at the end of his career, but like at the end of his career there. But it's like but that's why with Jordan, all those efficiency numbers are phenomenal and great, but comparing it to like even now, like it doesn't. Yeah,
it's 2 different eras, but that's the whole point. Is it doesn't compare, but he's still number one, even in the era where no one cared about it. That's why it's impressive.
But that just makes LeBron even better to me. Like I'm a big LeBron fan, but you think about it, he played in both eras, sort of. Like he played in the tail end of that era, and then going into this new one, and he's held. Oh,
there's no argument to me. There's no argument to me anymore. And this is, I probably said this 4 or 5 years ago. There's no argument anymore about LeBron being second best of all time. He's clear second best. And if he plays until he's 45, somebody can make an argument he's better than Jordan. I will never personally accept that because I am biased. But see, I admit my bias. That's the thing.
That's a lot of the things with people with their bias.
The reason was
watching Michael Jordan when I was a kid. There was magic in the air. There was like some level of like you're being mystified by what's going on.
When I was a kid watching him beat the Knicks. I'm from New York, and we used to watch him beat the Knicks. Man, that's when I became a Bulls fan. My friends hated me, but like my dad and them, they were all big Knicks fans, and we sit there watching '94 and all that stuff, those Christmas Day games, things like that, man.
So LeBron's rookie year, I had that feeling when his first game. I was like, I got the Jordan feeling back, but I don't have it no more because I guess it's probably because I'm spoiled because I know how good LeBron is, but I don't get that like aura of like I have with Jordan. Because I watch any Jordan game. I don't care.
That aura of LeBron was like really early, but he was on whack teams. So it was there early, but over the years it dissipated because there's been way more LeBron games where we was like, fam, why didn't you go get 50? Like, you need to win this. Like, that's what happened with LeBron. With
that's Jordan, the only thing Skip Bayless has anymore. I mean, he's ridiculous.
First of all, Jordan was never really in these situations. Jordan treated a regular season game on Sunday at about 3 p.m.
Yeah, like it was
the finals game. So like that was the thing that we always
showed him running with suicides or whatever in that documentary, and he was always first.
Like
that's another thing that people don't realize is like the greatest people are also the hardest triers. Like Kobe worked harder than anybody. Jordan worked harder than anybody. LeBron works harder than anybody. That's why they're good. It's not only talent; you put it together. You can't be lazy and just be like, all right, I'm a genius.
So that was the thing with LeBron. Like, it's like, oh yeah, LeBron has been to the finals, 10 of the last 12 years? Whatever it is. But like, he also lost, 6 of them? How many he lost?
I don't think that's a relevant stat at the end of the day, losing the finals.
It's not in terms of greatness.
It's not in terms of greatness.
James Harden is quote-unquote great. James Harden could arguably, this would be weird to say or crazy to say, he could arguably be better than Jordan when it comes to scoring and things like that. If you look at the finesse game and all that.
Hold on.
No,
James Harden perfected in his head a couple things.
Yeah.
He perfected efficiency. Knowing how to shoot 15 free throws a game. Threes are more important than twos unless you get a layup. But also what he perfected is, and maybe LeBron kind of a little bit too, creating new moves that actually might be traveling or kind of look suspect, but you created it and you smooth that you could like get away with it. Harden really created all that stuff.
I mean, some of Jordan's greatest plays, the push-offs and he's travel, all that stuff. But
no, there were plenty of Jordan travels that weren't called, but he didn't create new moves that other people in the league
they get away with these things. Think about the standard.
Think about
Euro step.
Trae Young,
arguably
Trae Young does a thing where he gets past you and then he stops and you run into him and he shoots a 3 and he gets 3 free throws. He created that.
Gary Payton was doing that too. The stopping.
No, don't do that. That's Trae Young's move.
Kyrie does that carry.
Yes, it is.
The stop and go.
Harden's thing is
Gary Payton.
Take 3 steps backwards, even though it's technically traveling, but get a jump shot off. That's Harden.
Either way, Brett moves irrelevant.
My point is that with Harden, it's the winning factor. Like, they would be comparing him to Jordan. If he won 3 chips with the Rockets right now, they'd be putting him up there like comparing top 3 with LeBron and. I think they would. They would.
If Harden brought 3 championships to Houston,
they would. They would compare him to Jordan and LeBron easily. He'd be right in that category.
He would be up there.
No, he would be in that category.
Look,
he doesn't know show in the playoffs.
The problem with Harden is that like he doesn't value possessions.
Harden is the problem with Harden is earlier in his career he was a meme. They would show him play defense. He's over there. His man's got a layup. That's why the problem with him
he stepped that game.
In terms of
game up.
He's an elite post defender. I don't know if he's an elite overall defender, but anyways, but that's his thing. It's like the argument I always tell Greg about Vampire Man. He's an incredible actor, but he's always going to have that vampire tag on him.
What's his name?
The one who was in Tenet.
Yeah,
Robert Pattinson. Same kind of thing with Harden. He's always going to have that tag on him. Like, fam, you're like a meme. Like, I feel
like that faded away.
I don't think so.
I do.
How many people have you talked to who said if Harden won 2 championships, he'd be number 3 all time? I've never heard anyone say that until y'all just said that right now.
I didn't say number 3.
I said it because I think people would start talking like that.
You agree.
I said he'd be up there. I didn't say number 3.
What define up there?
He puts up the numbers, though.
He's not above Kobe, and Kobe's at like maybe 8, 9, 10.
Think about like he puts up the Russell Westbrook numbers, and then he's winning.
Westbrook,
I'm just saying.
Westbrook had 1 superstar all-time season and 3 other elite seasons, but when you look at the difference between his elite season and like a LeBron elite season, it's not even close. So people that argue about Westbrook getting a triple-double, it's in like the most inefficient triple-double you could ever get.
Yeah, I mean, he almost has quadruple doubles with his,
it's ridiculous.
Turnovers.
He can't shoot. He turns the ball over. Yeah. He doesn't get to the free throw line as much as Harden and Trae Young and some of these other guys.
Doesn't get to the free throw line, but him and Harden are similar at times.
No, they're not. Harden's way better.
I think
it's not even close.
Harden's a way better basketball player.
It's not even close.
The interior game is
Harden.
He's a
way better.
He's a smarter basketball player.
He's definitely smarter. Yeah,
smarter than Westbrook.
Well, that's part of why he's clever. He created these moves he can get away with that might actually be illegal, and also figuring out how to get fouled. Michael Jordan was probably the initiator or creator of that, like, kind of fake foul or not really a foul to get 2 free throws. James Harden took it to another level. No, LeBron's the flop king, or Vlade, one of them. But no, Harden took this, like, getting fouled when you're not really fouled to another level.
Yeah.
I mean, he understood the value of a free throw because when you get 2 free throws, they don't charge you for a shot. Mm-hmm. They wipe the shot off, and you just get 2 free throws. So you scored 2 points on 0 shots.
Yeah, that's
why you're so efficient.
Who you got as MVP? Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic right now.
Jokic.
Yeah. And I mean, I like Embiid, but
there's not even an argument to me this year.
I do. Yeah, Jokic is probably going to win.
In normal years, I understand what you're saying. In normal years, like LeBron might be number one in one thing, Harden to be number one in one thing, AD or whoever, and then you have the guy who's like outstanding. You think Jokic swept all of them?
The main reason why Jokic
should be unanimous.
The main reason why Jokic is because people try to make that argument of, like, clearly Curry is more valuable to his team than Jokic. No, he's not, because when Murray did go out, Jokic, they still won. They won even more. Like, he's still just...
but that's a good team.
That team with... No. That team without Jokic might win 15 games.
That team is debatable.
Well,
yeah, but see...
The reason why they're good now, again, is because MPJ got Murray's minutes. That's the only reason. But right, so if that never happens and you don't have fam, if they don't have Jokic or they just have it'd be like the Pelicans with Zion and
Nuggets without Jokic. Not even playoffs. Not even close. Now Warriors without Curry, they win 0 games. Not even close.
Well, not 0.
They win 0.
They
would set an NBA record win 0.
They kind of proves both their contention. I mean, they could both. They're both.
Denver might win 15 games. I mean, you're talking about the greatest. Now listen. To preface this, because a lot of people who are younger may not know this.
Passers of all time. To me, already.
He may be the greatest big man passer of all time. But anyways, to preface this, Arvydas Sabonis was really good. But let's not.
I go like.
Okay, stop. We just say Arvydas Sabonis and Jokic. That's all we gotta say. Hold on. To preface this, before we go, you naming a lot of Lakers.
Well, I watched this game.
Right? Yeah. Have you watched more games? He is
doing them no looks.
Andrew Bynum was a good passer too. Yeah. He was underrated. He was. Yeah. DeAndre Ayton's a great passer, like out of double teams and out of the post, a great passer.
He's terrified to do anything with the ball.
Well, that's a different story. Anyways, let me preface what I was saying. A lot of people don't realize that, like, statistics weren't really tracked until like 1973 or 74 or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the era where Bill Russell and Cliff Pennington. What's his name? 100-point man. Cliff, what's his name?
Will Chamberlain.
Will Chamberlain. My brain is melting right now. So the era where Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell played, they didn't track blocks. They may have tracked rebounds and points. Like, obviously, we know he scored 100 points one year. He averaged 50 points a game or whatever. But they didn't track all the things they track now. So when I say the greatest center of all time, I'm talking about in the advanced statistical era. You know what I mean? Like, the only people that Jokic is going up against in that era really is like Shaq. Olajuwon might have some seasons kind of up there. David Robinson actually has a season on his record better. Yeah, exactly. Yes, true. That's a fact, because he had a season that actually is better than Jokic's season this year, at least in terms of like advanced value, like by far. Now, I will say they only got 71 games this year, and Jokic played all of them. That year, I don't know, David Robinson might have played 82, so he would have an advantage in that regard. But still, like,
David Robinson
he's highly disrespected.
12 seasons. Like, David Robinson is very disrespected. Before
Duncan, he was just as good as Olajuwon, and people don't talk about that.
At all.
Now, Olajuwon used to dominate him when they played each other, but that's a different story.
See, that's what happens with things like that. That's what sucks about, like, eras and stuff like that, because, like, it don't matter how great you are. If somebody just, like, them little series here and there, they smack you around.
Well, that's another thing.
They'll ruin you.
As an engineer and a stats guy, you know this too, small sample size. I always talk about sample size. If you have a one series means nothing. A bad team can beat a really good team in a short series. So when people talk about, like, that was another thing. Blanc was like, oh, so if he's the MVP, Denver's going going to get to the finals, right? No, fam. This is the playoffs. You can lose to anybody.
Yeah, but it's a little harder with the NBA.
It's not like NFL. But the first series is still only 5 games, right? Did they change that or no? It's still a 5-game series or 7?
7
Oh, they are? Oh, all right.
It's been 7 for like a long time now.
Well, they got extra money. Yeah, well, that's extra money for the NBA.
But actually, I like the play-in now because it does kind of get. They said this on the I think Skip and Shannon Sharp. They said you want to see Golden State and the Lakers.
Yeah, but I want to see them in a 7-game series. I don't want to see a one-off.
I mean, this is something, but they might. Look,
well, no, I mean
they can meet.
The 9 and 10 seed only getting 1 game is fair. The 8 and 7 seed getting 2 games to prove it. I think it's fair the way they did it.
I think it's.
Now the idea is stupid, but I think it's still fair for the. If you finish 9 or 10, play better during the season. Like you normally wouldn't even get a chance.
It's 8 in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
8 teams. If you want to do a play-in for 9, okay. Like,
what do you mean? But
you can't do 9.
You give someone a bye or what?
Whatever. I would play for 10, 9, whatever. Like I don't like playing in for 8 spot is whack.
7 and 8.
Oh, playing in for 7 and 8 is whack. Like if you want to do a play-in for like additional spots afterwards, like all right, fine.
That's too much.
I just think it's just this season. I don't think it's going forward.
Well, it's probably not going to go forward after this, but like it depends. I mean, shoot. Lakers and Warriors go out there and put on a show.
It's going to be exciting. I mean, I'm a little worried because I'm knowing they're going to win at least one of the.
You got 2 shots. You're good.
But who would they play in the second round?
You got 2 shots. Lose? Memphis or San Antonio. You'll be fine. You got 2 shots.
San Antonio beat them. But look, LeBron's looking good right now.
It don't matter.
AD's looking all right.
I think I don't know if Keldon Johnson's still back.
They both got hurt the other week.
San Antonio's best player is out. What's his name, man? Who went to Colorado? That probably doesn't mean anything to either one of you. But
I forgot his name. Forgot his name.
He went to Colorado. I don't remember.
Walker?
No, they might have him. I don't know if
Lonnie Walker's on there.
Yeah, but is he any good now?
Yeah,
he went to Miami.
He cut his dreads off.
He did?
Yeah.
No, I can't remember his name. He went to Colorado though for like his senior year or whatever. Who?
DeRozan.
Nah.
And Rudy Gay's been playing all right. DeRozan's the best player on the team.
No, it's other man.
I don't know about that.
My phone doesn't work. Oh, look it up.
DeRozan and Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay's been doing all right, but he's hurt all the time too. So.
Keldon Johnson might be back, but he's nowhere near as good as he was earlier before he got injured. And then that man just got hurt. He's like their point guard, but he's like 6'7" or something. He's like a bigger point guard.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name.
Yeah, he went to Colorado. The last 2 weeks, he's been averaging like 25 and like 6.
Damn.
Yeah.
Before he got hurt. No, I'm serious. I had him on fantasy team. That's how I know.
Yeah, no, he's been balling, but he ain't the best player. He's not better than DeRozan.
I think he is.
DeRozan averages what, 22?
DeRozan's I thought though, so. Now look, DeRozan's from LA. I like DeRozan, but I mean, we know he's not a winner. I mean, what does he accomplish? I mean, come on.
I mean, LeBron.
His team. He got traded from his team, and his team won the championship, like because they had Kawhi.
That's crazy.
Was I take DeRozan seriously?
They also had different coaches.
Well, San Antonio has the greatest coach of all time, possibly. So.
Right. All right, I don't got nothing else. Anybody got anything else?
I'm good.
That's nothing else?
Appreciate you guys having me though.
Of course, man. Anytime you want to.
I love this interaction. So
that's always what we talk about. Like, people gotta come to the show.
As a fan of the podcast, seeing this interaction live is definitely fun. That's why I sat here quiet for most of this stuff. We were talking like he was getting a little heated. I liked it.
Yeah, what people don't know, we'll send like "F you" to each other all day long in text message. Like,
yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, you can't buy that. That's good entertainment. I appreciate you guys having me.
He talking about, matter of fact, we didn't talk about it. He said the Wire's second season was ass. You smoking Sherm.
So, I agree with that. I actually agree with that.
No, not ass. There are tiers in the show where every season can be better than another season.
Yeah.
There is a far jump to ass.
So, when I first started watching The Wire, I got in, like, I thought the second season was good until I saw the third season because I just got into it. I didn't watch it when it was.
I just started like a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So you said it was ass?
I watched it when it originally was on.
First of all, I'm
surprised.
I'm just way too late because all of it is like even first season was fire, but I was like, this is goofy. Like it's so old. I'm like, what am I doing? Like this is weird.
Because they got baggy t-shirts on.
No, the police work is whack. Everything is whack. I'm like. Yeah. The acting is whack.
Man, if you don't relax.
I was like...
I'm surprised.
Just because they ain't calling Interpol database and stuff, relax you.
But by the third season, just destroyed the second season in my head. Because I watched it maybe 4 or 5 times over. So when I go back and watch this, I skip through a lot sometimes. I don't
Third season is fire, but I'm sure you'll hate on it.
Yeah, but when you get to the third season,
the first episode of third season is already better than the entire season of second.
No, I agree with that. No,
the third season's better, but don't be ridiculous.
I'm not gonna say it's totally bad though.
I'm just
fourth season. You probably gonna hate.
What am I? 20 years late?
Fourth season. It's 2002 was when it first season started.
I am 19 years late watching this show. These cats are out here wearing pants bigger than my entire body.
I knew that's why you hated it because they got XXX t-shirts on.
The police work is whack. A lot of these actors. This is like some of the like really major first gigs. Because I know them from 1,000 other things, and I'm like,
well, that's why they're all in it because of how good The Wire was.
Now, back in 2002, that acting might have been superb, but I was like, man, I don't believe him. He's not a cop.
That girl that plays Snoop.
You a weirdo. She's the most believable character in TV show
really
history.
Is from both,
she's also really a killer. So
I don't know. If she's a killer.
She did, but it was like self-defense. I think it wasn't like she wasn't.
She just did a new killing.
New one recently?
When? Like right now?
I mean, like last year?
I don't think so.
Maybe not. I
know she's trying to be a rapper.
No, she became like an inspirational speaker or whatever. She like does like what Tony Robbins and stuff does. I mean, not to that level, but you know what I mean. Like,
that's true.
No, she actually was a criminal, but I think when she killed someone, it was a self-defense. But she's been in jail and stuff. The other one who's, I don't know, so you saw season 2 and the first episode of season 3, so have they showed yet her and her partner? Not like sex partner, but like the ones that go around doing all the dirt?
I forgot his name.
Chris Partlow?
I don't know yet.
Okay, so when you see Chris Partlow, you might believe him, but I think he's actually like British.
He's the brother with the dreads, right?
I'm just like watching this like, okay, now there's a man with a Muslim with a bow tie. And
he's like, fired. Brother Muzon. Brother Muzon is fired. You trying to tell me that he's not a... Okay, well, just wait till you see what happens in this season.
Yeah,
Brother Muzon
when they introduce Marlo, it's going to be...
Maybe down the road, but I was just like, man, get
well, season 3 was Marlo, right? His first season.
I think he comes into second season, like halfway or at the end. You seen Marlo already, right?
Oh, slap Brother Mazone. Who? Marlo. Which one's Marlo?
Fam, what's wrong with you? You don't even know the characters, and you telling me the show is whack?
Fam, I could barely focus on some of them cats.
You need to watch it earlier in the day, then.
Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm watching it tonight. I'm watching it tonight.
You watch the whole thing, and then you go back and watch it again. You'll be like, oh, I understand.
Fam, I'll never watch The Wire ever again in my life. I'm gonna finish this.
I watched the full 5 seasons at least 8 times in my life.
You are a psychopath, then.
No, I enjoy great television.
You must have watched all 5 seasons between that block of time when it started and got canceled. Because when did it? Not canceled. When it ended. When did it end? When was the last season of The Wire?
2007 or 2008. So 5 years, 5 or 6 years.
You watched it all 5 times in between there. There's no way you watched it after 2010.
I had to show Hannah the entire show. Of course, I watched it after that. I watched the entire season. I watched the entire 1 through 5.
Never. I'll never watch it again.
Multiple times.
I like it. It's dope. But it's way too dated for now.
Oh, no, you're a hater.
Nah, they need to revamp it.
I think he is hating, because that's just...
No, it's not hating.
Oh, yeah, you're a hater.
I mean, these cats out here, like, looking at pagers and, like...
I mean, damn, duh! Like, what you mean? Duh, no, it's not! Duh, of course they are!
That's weird.
That's the whole point!
That's why you don't like it?
Wait till you find out the police find out how they, like, communicating on the, like, secret thing.
I figured that out already.
No, you didn't.
You watched Scarface, Godfather, and all that? You hating on that, too?
Scarface is one of the worst movies of all time.
Uh-oh. Why? Because
there are some people that argue Oh no, I thought he was talking about the Godfather. Godfather 2. Some people argue Godfather 2 is better than first Godfather. I don't know. But Scarface being whack is you're an insane person.
Scarface is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I don't know.
One of the worst.
I don't know why you or anyone else would say that.
Time, it was one of the worst, but I think it became classic.
I don't know why.
No, you know what it was?
Based on what?
New York rappers and stuff made Scarface cool for some odd reason.
No, it's always, dude. I was watching Scarface.
Brian De Palma is a legend. What are you talking about?
Fam, that movie is based off of just rappers.
When I hit VHS cassettes, everybody was loving
that movie. Sucks.
In the theater, it sucks. Well, but it put Al Pacino on the map. Was that one of the ones that put him on the map? Like as far as him just being
whatever.
No, he was in Godfather.
I know he was in Godfather, but I mean like as far as him being, because then Carlito's Way came out, like him being like that, like holding a movie on his own, because he had Marlon Brando in those other movies.
Some of the worst.
I think it was before that.
Yeah.
One of the wackest movies I'm not even
smoking.
And I got the box set with the casket, everything. One of the wackest things I've ever seen.
You bought the box set though.
People are gonna be upset with
the OG Scarface is better than the Al. The OG Scarface is better than the Al Pacino Scarface. Yeah, the one in like 1931 or whatever. I believe that. I don't know if he was there. Tony Montana playing a Cuban.
Yes,
maybe I'll get this out of here.
Tony Montana. That's his name.
Al Pacino playing a Cuban. Maybe you'll get this out of here.
It wasn't believable.
No, he wasn't believable. No. That accent was awful and embarrassing.
You wildin'.
Wait, I'm gonna go big here. What are you doing? What is this?
I think that was the whole allure of that guy.
The allure of it was from the bottom to the top, drugs, guns.
Have you ever watched any of the documentaries or like Kingpins from Colombia and Miami and stuff? Really he sounds exactly like them.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
sounds like an Italian trying to act like a Cuban.
Well, we don't even know if he's Italian. He might be.
But he's Italian.
I mean, that's his last name, but we don't know if he is. I mean, it could be something.
But got a black wife too,
don't he? Could be Greek for all we know.
No, that's De Niro.
No, De Niro.
De Niro got a black.
Shout out to De Niro.
De Niro's lit.
He's a better actor than Al Pacino, too.
He's for the causes. Well, don't go there. I'm not saying that. Can you just make it even? Why you always got to do that? You can't just put them on even footing?
No.
I'm not picking one of them over the other. You smoking?
All right.
Yeah, we're past that.
They're two legends. Yeah. That's like picking Magic or Bird. Actually, that's not anything like picking Magic
We literally argue Jordan and LeBron still to this day.
No, that's different. Two different eras.
Still argument?
If Jordan and LeBron play together, it would be like Pacino and De Niro.
You can argue Pacino and De Niro movies. You can. You can argue which movies are better, and you can make that determination.
The best movie they ever made is Heat, and they were both in it, and they were both fire.
Yeah.
To this day, I will go to the grave.
Ronan, whack.
Now, Ronan, fire.
Ronan was whack.
You smoking.
What are they? Paris? Italy? Where were they at? That movie sucked.
I'm gonna download Heat and watch it on the plane.
Insane person.
Watch what?
Heat.
Now, clearly I'm joking when I say Heat's better than like Godfather and stuff like that, but Heat is fire.
You're saying some insane stuff. All right, let's go home.
I'm saying insane stuff. Mr. The Wire sucks. And
I say it sucks. It's just too old.
All right.
I got into it too late. I'm sure back in 2002.
That's probably why you hate
Fam, in 2002, I would have been dressed just like them watching it. And looking at my pager. I would be doing all the same thing. I'm sitting like, I solved all the crimes. That's how old it is. I was like, episode 2, I was like, oh, I know what they're doing. The code is. I knew the code numbers, all that stuff. I was like, fam, come on, man. Look at the numbers on the phone and do the thing. Stop it.
That's not even what the code I'm talking about. I'm talking about Marlowe's organization.
I'm talking about where I'm at right now. Yes, I did. I solved the crime, all right? I would have called Stricker, what's his name, Stretcher? I would have called Idris Elba. I would have called all them. Same day. Like, whack stuff.
And said what? Come down to the precinct. Let me interview you.
They probably would have. Over there, fam, they were literally in the police station beating them up. Like just in the interrogation. I'm like, what is this? This is a over. I can't. It's fire. It's fire. It's fire, but it's whack.
It's all right. Fine, I guess.
Anything else?
You are a wild person. Huh?
Appreciate H coming through. Watch this podcast. Give the shout out podcast there.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything. I'm waiting for you to finish.
What's the podcast? Social media, everything.
We have 12 Hub podcast. It's spelled out 12 Hub, and then 12 Hub on YouTube and social media. And I have my own personal, but it all connects, so it's all good. I know I made it all web together.
Appreciate you coming through.
Thank you for having me. This is fun.
Yeah. Awesome. That's the sneak this. Pow, 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 pow.